Welcome everybody to episode 136 of Towers and Gods. I hope you're all having a fantastic evening. We certainly are, and we're excited because it's been a couple of weeks since we had an episode. However, we are back on for weekly episodes starting this week, as far as I'm aware. So that's exciting, but regardless, thank you for joining us today. I'm going to introduce our incredible cast. We have, starting from the top left, a bit of an arrangement that a bit of camera moving around that I did on my end. So we're going to start with Milios as the one and only Brack Bronson.
Hello there, kids. Have you been brushing your teeth? Huh? Oh, what? What was that? You got a new plaque? Okay. Okay. What kind? Good kind? Like award? No? Oh. So sorry. But good news though. There was a state of the play the other day, and Ghost of Yote looks like Ghost of Tsushima. So I mean, hey, that's a plus and a negative at the same time. So we're charged. Let's go.
Don't even try. You still gonna play it.
It balances out to a degree, right? That's exciting. I still need to play. Do you recommend the game, Milios, Ghost of Tsushima? Is it a good game? Oh.
Y'all like long games, so yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I recommend it.
Okay, I do like a long game.
Or old men such as myself.
Right.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, good to know. That's your two categories. Going down from there, we have Ruka as Ace.
Hey yo. I'm excited for the dramatics of today's episode. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I'm ready to play. It's been a wild week in Texas. If you know, you know.
I know. Yeah, glad you guys are safe and everything, but we're here to have a good time, and we're happy to have you. Going over to the right, we have Hannah as Ha Eden.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Streamy Streams. You know, you may be graced by all of our wonderful presences, from Isaiah to Ruka to Milios, but today is a hallowed day, for we are in the presence of someone who has met the one, the only, the reason why we're all even here. SIU/CU. He did it. Dr. Bonehead has achieved immortality. He has met the GOAT himself, and
he's seen God.
He has seen God. He has seen the YouTube channel. He knows the channel name. What will come from this? Fame? Riches? Who knows? But everybody give it up for Joe for going out to Anime Expo and meeting SIU. Woohoo!
It was a wild Friday, that's for sure, but it was a good time. I'd hoped to get the video up sooner, but it'll be up tomorrow.
Rocking the Gustang cosplay.
I wore that thing
in and out of the airport.
Yeah,
like
I sure
a boss.
did. I sure
That's
did.
the commitment. So I want to know who sat beside you.
Yeah, well, luckily on
like full gloves.
Yeah. You know, the gloves were the one thing I forgot, which bummed me out. But I will say, the only comment I should say that I got on the Gustang fit was someone said, "Nice jacket." That was the only comment someone made, and like honestly.
I mean, he does have a nice jacket.
Right?
He does have a nice jacket.
but it was like the kind of thing that like you would say to anybody.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, you dressed to the nine.
Yeah. That exactly. It was a lot of fun, and I can't wait for you all to see how it went. But thank you, Hannah. I appreciate that. I will share my good fortune with everyone that I can. Last but certainly not least. Oh, what was that?
I said, and Webtoon needs to bring him back.
I know.
Like
Let's do another one.
Successful.
It was, and there were even statements that CU had apparently said he didn't expect so much love, like so many people and so many fans of Tower of God in the North America. So he was like pleasantly like surprised by all the love. It was awesome. It was so cool. So I know, bring him back. Let's do it. And we have, last but certainly not least, our resident blue-haired. It's blue, but it's like a light blue. You know him, you love him. It's Isaiah's Kunjong-se.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have anything to say to this fine group of people on screen. My message goes directly to the chat today. This episode is dedicated to those who come after.
For those who come after. Don't do this to me, bro. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Anyway, back on track before we all start bawling. Yeah, I'm almost done with Act 2. I'm starting it. Yeah.
Oh,
it's...
bro, you haven't even started the game.
Don't say that, bro. It feels like I'm. Oh my god, so much is
You
happening.
don't even
Oh my
know.
god. It's yeah. We'll talk after. We'll talk after. But yes, thank you all for being here. I'm gonna go ahead and read our super chats. So we have a couple here, which is very kind of y'all. We have one from our resident Zelda lore keeper, Master Gold. Zelda fact: the main Zelda theme was made last minute. The composer, Koji Kondo, originally intended to use the song Bolero, but couldn't because it hadn't entered the public domain at the time. Really?
Interesting.
That's very interesting. And so just came up with that last minute theme, kind of on the fly. There's so many stories like that. The Final Fantasy theme was done similarly. It was like made like the final. It was the final thing that was done for the game. It was the main theme, the which is now like, 35 years later in every piece of Final Fantasy media, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, thank you, Master Gold, the 1999 super chat. Appreciate you. Very, very kind. And yeah, always appreciate your support. Tower Climber in the chat says, if I didn't know Tower of God and I saw someone in a Gusting jacket, I would also say that. Fair. Fair. He has a nice jacket, He certainly does.
The drip.
He does.
He's got the drip.
He is dripped out. Someone comment. Well, this is spoilers for like the... Ignoring.
Sorry. Must have been the wind.
It must have been the wind. But let's go ahead and get started with today's episode. So, last time on Towers and Gods, you all had started the Aesir mission. Apparently, according to them, kind of the only thing they really want y'all to do for them, and whether you believe them or not, that they're pretty dedicated to this little. Mission of, right?
I don't.
Right, yeah, a little mission of theirs. But regardless, we got to explore a bit of Alphid's memories. We got to see Al on the 3rd floor as a new explorer and adventurer in the tower. And we got to learn a bit more about some of the things that she experienced at that time in her life. You all also got to experience what it would be like to be at full power with your fate abilities and get to have some fun with that in the dream realm. Now, meanwhile, I hear the rollies. Meanwhile, Ace decided to remain behind and watch over Team Recall's bodies and hang out with Aesir, as you do. But the Jahad Strike Force appeared out of nowhere on a Jihad helicopter thing. And through some last-minute decisions, Ace decided to kidnap one of the soldiers. Turned out to be Hedge's son, Hedge being one of the heroes of the Labyrinth arc. And is now whining and dining him in the city of Three Swords, while the NPCs make their way over to her location. So we're going to pick up with you, Ace, start where you left off. You are currently at some kind of... There are so many what is happening in the chat? We have
Bad things are happening with Rolly.
It's not looking good. Damn. We got some nat ones. Okay,
I
cool.
rolled a 19, and then I was like, I'm gonna see for now, and then I rolled a nat 1. I was like, this is fine, and then I made a ton of spelling errors, and it's just watching Milius's face during this journey.
Yeah, it's not
Casual
great.
off screen, you're screwed.
It's not great. This is a good time to mention that Wu is still inside of the gourd, and from a more meta perspective, don't worry, y'all. Sun will be coming back very soon. Still a busy summer for Sun Wu, but he will be returning in, I think, a couple of weeks. So look forward to that. But yes, so Ace, you are at a bar in Three Swords with Charlie. I forgot to say his name, Charlie. And as far as you're aware, he's still under the Eyes of Charming spell effect.
Yeah.
And has not caught on to anything, but yet. It does have a time limit. And yeah, apparently you're not really sure how long it's going to be until the others arrive, but we're gonna start with you. You sent a selfie, correct?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, you
Sent
sure?
a selfie to
Yeah.
Shion and Hugo, their mechanics OG3 group chat
Yes,
via the pocket.
indeed. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Charlie's enjoying the food and the drink, and he's just having a
He's gonna
good
keep the
time.
drinks coming.
Absolutely.
He's gonna hope that by the time the eyes wear off, he's too drunk to
Right.
be able to tell. Is her.
Oh, okay. Basically, by the time it's over, he's still under some kind of effect. I understand. Okay.
He's still too tipsy to understand that, like, oh, this thing happened. Instead, he's like, oh, like.
Right. Okay, fair enough. So he's divulged some information. I would say as he drinks more, like, he divulges a bit like in a sense he's like starting to say more gibberish than anything else. His speech is becoming less intelligible and his information more unimportant. But he is talking more, so in a sense it may balance out. Is there anything you want to ask him, like, during this little in-between period?
I guess she would kind of, like, she'll balance herself on the counter, hand on her chin, and just kind of like, so you got, family in the area?
No, ma'am. All my family is long gone.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess that's the case for most of us, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's what we're fighting to change, make the world a better place and all that. Yeah. I mean, so you're a regular too. What are you climbing for? What do you fight for, miss?
Oh. To be honest, a little shallow. I really like shiny stuff. I like collecting things, And,
Oh, okay.
company's not so bad,
Yeah. Wait, what's the most valuable trinket that you own? He's kind of like, leaning on his hand, like, yeah, I want to learn more. What's up?
A carpenter.
What? That's funny.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'd say my most valuable is this right here, and he points to his crest on his gear, on his uniform, the Jihad three-eyed symbol. This right here, it's the reward for all my hard work. It paid off.
A pin?
It's not just any pin. It's the sign that I'm a Jihad-sponsored... I don't know why my Discord keeps doing this. There we go. I'm a Jihad-sponsored regular. And because of that, a lot of perks. A lot of perks to give us the chance to do the work that we do. And I'm quite honored.
Do you have someone special in your life to, spoil these perks on?
He like scratches the back of his head. He's all blushing. Not yet.
I mean, not to be too forward. She's like, keep
Yeah.
the drinks coming.
Yeah?
I might not be a Jihad princess, but I could be yours.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say no, at least right away,
Yeah. Interesting guy. And do you have a preferred drink? Like, she's just gonna keep literally just chatting him up.
Sounds good.
Just keep going, yeah.
Could I have you roll perception for me?
Yes.
And I'll pull up the rolls so people can see. Yeah?
Perception. Not her best at. 17, it's not too bad.
17. That is pretty good. So, you're maintaining some level of awareness because obviously, I'm assuming you're not drinking yourself. You're maintaining this kind of somewhat vigilance,
Not
waiting
yet.
for your allies to right, not yet. Waiting for your allies to arrive. You do hear people approaching the building, but it's more calculated. It's slower. You hear heavy footsteps. So whoever it is wearing like some kind, maybe not armor, but certainly they are like heavy, and they are walking kind of slowly and surely. And it sounds like at least 3 or 4 people is approaching the building.
Okay. She'll note that, but she'll still play unaware. But she's gonna position herself now on the bar with like her elbows back, so she's not like facing the bar. She's kind of turned with her elbows back so that she has a view of the door.
Okay. Yeah.
Casually. but she knows he said Shiro, so she knows that she can't leave until she sees
Gotcha.
Shiro.
Understood. So you're waiting there, and you watch as the individuals enter the room. And at first, it is 3 individuals, and these 3 don't appear to be. You're trying to kind of instinctively figure out, they're obviously from the Strike Force, but something about them and their demeanor implies that none of them are the captain that Charlie would have mentioned before. One of them is quite tall and kind of has a lanky build, kind of a lean build, but is wearing a dragon helmet. So you can't see what they look like. The other is very short, kind of in comparison, and kind of skinny, scrawny, not built, and has uneven teeth and a crooked smile. But, gotta say, the blonde hair is looking very groomed and well-kempt in comparison to the rest of his figure. He has like a hunch as he walks into the room. And in between them is an older gentleman, kind of in between both of their heights, an average height man. He has white hair and a very curly kind of mustache, but in comparison to his very posh-looking demeanor, he has spiked shoulder plates and a greatsword on his back. And the 3 of them enter the room and begin looking around, and immediately that gentleman, the one in the middle, notices you and strolls forward with a kind of that heavy, kind of slow, cautious, careful demeanor that you would have heard approaching.
Charlie.
Ah!
He's your friend.
Hey,
Lasso,
guys!
Or what was his name? Tallahassee?
Hey, how's it going? Oh, good to see you guys. And they approach, and the one in the middle is like looking at Charlie and then looking at you. All of them bearing the Jihad crest in the same location, the top left of their chest. And he glances down at you. I see you've made friends with our comrade here. And he extends.
He was falling from the sky, and I saved him.
Can you roll deception?
Yeah.
She thought you'd never ask.
Yeah.
That's because I got that.
You do have advantage. Yep. Ace is a master liar.
25.
A 25. Cool. So the man looks at you, clearly knowing that, like, you must be. You can tell based on his face, like, she has to be involved somehow, is like the look that he's giving you, but he doesn't jump to any conclusions. He extends a hand very, like, softly and kind of gingerly. Coleraine.
Takes it.
My name is Coleraine. I am second in command of this strike force.
She does the pinky
Yes.
wave.
Indeed.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And you are?
Brigitte.
Brigitte. A pleasure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you guys want to drink with us? That's what we were doing.
We'd be happy to. He takes a seat next to you, and so does the man wearing the dragon helm. But the other one, the blonde, the well-kept blonde hair, the shorter build, he begins to kind of walk around the building and start inspecting. But Coleraine just kind of continues. You mentioned Tallahassee. The boy must be drunk enough that he isn't using our code names. Very, very interesting. The boy is Tallahassee. He kind of nods at Charlie. The one next to me here we call Drake, to the man with the dragon helm. And over there is Thrice, to the shorter one inspecting the building.
Oh. Those weren't your code names?
Those are our code names. That's what we go by. We don't give too much thought to it. It's not too big of a deal, but it's something we do
So
as a bit
he's
of a precaution.
Drake the dragon?
I suppose you could say so. He kind of looks at his dragon helm. And is like, yeah, obviously, yeah.
He's like, yeah, actually.
Yeah. Drake means
Drake the Drowling.
the etymology
Level
of Drake.
19.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So is this she's trying to get a
Okay.
semi glance under the helmet, but she's not gonna push. It's just kind of Ace is doing it in a way that's this girl is obviously getting in people's space.
Right.
But just just kind of flirt. She's just flirting.
So, do you want to roll like investigation or something to see if you catch anything from under the helm?
Yeah,
It might have to be a bit of a high roll, but it's certainly
Let's
possible
if
you
she
catch
doesn't see anything, she doesn't see anything.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's not like you're getting up close and personal. 10. Yeah, it's a dragon helm. It's a drake helm. It's like a nice dark green color. It looks pretty well kept and shiny. Maybe it was polished that very day. But you can tell though that all the while that Korain is talking to you, and his eyes are darting over to Thrice, darting to various places and locations in the room, and you get the impression that he's sort of waiting for something or someone.
Do you want a drink, Mr. Korain? What do I call you?
Korain.
Just Korain? No title to it?
If you wish to call me second in command, I shan't complain. However, just Korain will do just fine.
Okay, second in command. She's like looking at the door like, I swear to God, if some of you don't come walking through.
Yeah.
She's starting to get antsy where she's like, okay,
Right.
oh no.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, yeah, she'll just kind of like, I can get you a drink. I told him I would get everyone drinks because you're Jihad soldiers, you're sponsored, all that's cool stuff. So I feel like I have to do my due diligence and duty and make sure you have a good time.
I appreciate that. You drink often?
Sure.
Excellent.
When there are people paying for my drink, I'll drink all the time.
Well, that's... And then you hear more footsteps approaching the building. And Korain stands up. And Drake stands up. And Thrice stands up. And even drunk Charlie kind of like starts wobbling to his feet a little bit. Based on these footsteps.
Stands up.
Okay, great. Oh yeah. Oh, that's not the song. And then you see as another individual enters after talking here, and this individual is taller than you. So this certainly the. I'm sorry. Listen. This is a big boy, very wide, very sort of broad-shouldered, and muscular. You can tell even through the kind of underneath the armor that he is clearly wearing. Wearing no helmet or no, nothing obscuring his face. You see a muscular man with long, wavy, very light brown hair and kind of light facial hair enter the building with piercing blue eyes and a sort of adornment on his head that resembles like a crown of some kind, a kind of like bramble-looking, tiara or crown kind of object placed on his head, and the Jihad crest on his chest, and a long flowing green cloak, quite large, as I would have mentioned, a little bit taller than you are, and certainly very imposing. And everyone immediately, they stand up and, I don't know, I'm doing the Attack on Titan, but they stand up and salute, sir, as he enters the building. And the man looks over at you and smiles and approaches. I heard you were giving out drinks, miss.
Yeah. No, I said that I would get all the soldiers a drink. Are you? And she like leans back. Who are you?
I'm the captain of the Strike Force. While my real name may be Minjun, you may call me Baksu. And he extends a firm hand.
Baksu. He like takes his hand.
Mm-hmm. He shakes it and he looks at the bartender and nods as if to say, I'll take a drink. And the bartender starts filling up everybody's drinks, as per requested. And the captain sits down, and the rest of the soldiers kind of stand up and are not quite surrounding you, but they're sort of just interspersed throughout the building, kind of scattered throughout, and are clearly observant. And Baksu is just looking at you intently, deeply, with his piercing gaze.
Stop. Ace is is trying to like, oh, I'm committed to this now. She hates this one. So, what brings you here? Like, very much like a. She's so dumb, but she's so pretty, is what she's going for.
Right, dumb and pretty. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know why this town is called Three Swords? And he like raises a glass to you, like clinking your glass as he starts drinking.
I have nothing appropriate to say about the choice of name. What's the actual reason?
No idea. Aside from the fact that 3 is a bit of an important symbol for our organization. A symbol with much meaning, much history. I'm sure Coleraine has much to say about it, as however many fun facts he can pull out of that hat. We're a town, first and foremost, dedicated to King Jihad. As inactive as he may be, his empire still rules over this tower, and we hope to maintain that. We are looking for any troublemakers that may be interfering in the peace that we fight so hard to keep in check.
Troublemakers in this dingy little town? Don't think you're looking in the right place.
The bartender goes over to like fill up your glass, if assuming, you know, everyone's like drinking, starts filling up the glasses. As members of the Jihad army, no town is considered too unimportant, too dingy to be taken care of. Its people, no less deserving of happiness.
I mean, I guess. I just didn't.
You disagree? Do you have troubled experiences with Jihad's army?
Oh, no, not about Jihad. I'm talking about the town. It just doesn't seem like there's much to protect around here. But I guess if you have to hit everything, just someone who looks like you could be in much bigger towns.
When you came into this town, did you see people? Shops? Hotels? Hospitals? Passers-by?
Saw a few of those things. But to be honest, I wasn't really paying attention to.
He just like smugs like, okay, great.
I'm just passing through. I gotta get to the next test.
As long as there is a person in this town, it's worth protecting.
So you're like the noble soldier type, right?
You may call me what you like. I
Can
know my
I?
duty.
Door opened.
You may. When you say that, he just like he chuckles and then raises his glass once again to you.
She'll like slowly start taking sips.
Yeah.
We're looking at the door, kind of like, okay, well, thanks for the drink, and vice versa, I guess. But if you're not here to have any fun, then I can't really do anything for you. If you're onto that, you know, protect everyone, looking for troublemakers thing, it's not my vibe.
I take it that means you wish to leave.
Oh no, I'll stick around because I'm not, you know, it's a bar, and like I said, there's not much to do in this town. So, I'll be here, but I wouldn't want to impede on any of your, investigation of troublemakers, because I'm trouble, but not that kind.
Trouble. Trouble indeed. If you truly are not trouble, then I take it you won't mind that we ask you a few questions. And he raises his hand, and he like lightly, or strongly I should say, like snaps his fingers. And he kind of leans in. How did you run into Charlie?
I love 20 questions, by the way. She like leans in as well, being real casual about this. I'm sorry, repeat the question.
How did you run into Charlie?
Well, I was flying and he was falling, and I said that was kind of weird and that's kind of stupid. So I scooped him up because he was tiny.
Do you know who caused such a fall?
No, why would I? He was... It's weird that he didn't have any... You're Jihad's army. Don't you have jetpacks or something?
You suddenly feel this intense heat run up your body, which then transitions into this cold, freezing sensation. Your heart kind of skips a beat, like someone grabs hold of it for a second before letting go. Can you make a Constitution save for me?
Oh no. This is fine. 15.
You start to cough. It catches you completely off guard. Are you all right?
Sorry, it's my throat. Yeah, that's so embarrassing. I'm totally fine. It's just dusty in here, you know? She, puts her finger, small town bar.
Why are you in this town? As unimportant as you think it may be.
Because I have to get to the next town and the next floor to take the test. Like everyone.
Indeed. And his eyes, pierce into yours.
Such pretty eyes.
Make another con save, please, this time with disadvantage.
But I'm not lying! Pretty eyes!
Use your eyes of charming. Damn it, you got 2 more charges.
I feel like you'd know. Oh wait,
gonna get you
disadvantage.
anyway.
Hold up.
Okay, we have 15 versus 11. Now the cough is turning violent. You are uncontrollably coughing over and over again, blood starting to splatter onto the counter of the bar.
Was there something in that drink? Or... You don't play fun games, do you?
I'm quite good at telling when someone is lying, but even I need help at times. Thrice.
So you cheat.
He motions and Thrice kind of walks forward, and you feel your tattoos burning. Just absolutely on fire. Your whole body beginning to glow intensely. This effect that you feel is... It's almost as if you're feeling you're struggling to breathe. But more so than that, it's like the Shinsu in your body is being cut short. To a degree that you would have felt similar sensations in the past. Items or effects that halt the flow of your Shinsu and don't let you use Shinsu to the same degree, but not since you acquired the essence. And it's almost as if your body merging with the essence is causing you to violently react to whatever is happening to you. It's like trying to fight back, but it's just causing you harm to a degree that you cannot control.
Are you happy? Did you need something else?
Plenty. We'll be taking you back to our ship. He nods to the bartender. Come along.
I don't think so.
Oh?
I don't think so.
You wish to resist?
I don't think I have much of a choice now, do I? Captain.
Good. I was hoping this would be interesting. And then a voice kind of breaks through as the door kind of slams open. Wait! And immediately regulars enter the room. Hugo wielding his hammer, Victor flying in behind. And this kind of dark presence begins to seep into the room as vines and tendrils start to latch onto the walls as Leaf is behind them as well. You're not taking her anywhere! As Shion barrels into the room as well. And immediately, it's the 4 Jahad Strike Force members, the 4 people here, as they begin to kind of
Avengers
draw their
assemble.
weapons.
Yeah,
Yep. They all draw their weapons as you continue to cough violently, uncontrollably. Meanwhile, Team Recall. You have exited the dream of Alphid, and you find yourselves returning to your bodies, surrounded by the lovely faces of Percy and Gabriel and Dalera. It's a warm welcome back to the real world. When you look over, you notice that Al is still sleeping, the same as she always has been. Fluxvolk is also rubbing her head. That wasn't fun. And more than anything, the day is getting shorter. You see that it is getting to be evening. The sun is beginning to set as you awaken. And Percy begins handing out like little, little candy bars, little steamed buns, whatever he kind of has on hand, little snacks, little treats.
Are they sweet?
He would have had some that are and some that aren't. It's kind of like gluten-free. He made sure to have both options at the ready.
Okay. So I would say that the first time that he like offers the candy to Brack, because I don't think he would know, Brack would go, "Get that stinking piece of filth out of my face," and he'll just push it to the side.
No. I know that you don't like sweet things, Brack. I trust me. I definitely know that. So I made sure I have an option for you.
Creepy. I know that.
I know that about you. I know your preferences.
I read your.
Yeah. I wrote your file.
I swiped right.
It's true though. It's true.
Brack takes the Mopey Bame jerky and he goes, "Good.
Yeah.
Appreciate it."
He goes around and makes sure everybody's kind of getting up. And as he goes over to the rest of you, Eden particularly, I think you would have had the biggest kind of whiplash because you were able to wield your powers to degrees unbound within the dream realm, but it's like a splash of ice cold water as you are back to this kind of pained self that is unable to use Shinsu. It's like a complete reversal. It like hurts more than it did before. I feel like now that you've been exposed to how nice it is to have all that and more. And Percy goes over to you, offers you some snacks. But yeah. And Jong goes over to you as well, and makes sure everyone's fine and okay. And Gabriel is overseeing all this and says, "How did it go? What did you see?"
Just quickly, you said the whiplash is affecting Eden, correct?
So, yes, thank you. I saw it. Yeah. I think that more than anything, it's like this kind of a sensation of like you got to experience this kind of bliss of like you didn't have the restriction. You could use Shinsu to an unbound degree, and now it's like it smacks you in the face that like you're back to normal. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw her on the 3rd floor. Wasn't the most adept fighter and wasn't a princess yet, but was still climbing the tower. And that was it.
He looks over at Percy and nods, and Percy starts like scrawling a bunch of notes in a little journal, a little notepad. Did she mention anything else? Any other details that stood out?
She used a sword.
More? Anything more?
Totally.
Eden busts out her notepad.
My notebook.
Yeah. Let's compare notes with Percy and see what we got.
She had dreams of Jihad?
Dreams? What kind of dreams?
Like she was drawn to him but scared of him at the same time?
You said this was the 3rd floor.
It was the 3rd floor, right?
Yeah. It was. Sorry, I'm not trying to catch you in a trap or anything. You said 3rd.
I'm like, I know. I was like,
Yeah.
I think you
No,
said 3rd.
I did.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay.
Yeah. Very good. I think that's enough for one day.
We also, pause.
Please.
We also woke up in the cotton candy world,
Ah.
like on the mirror train. Is that connected?
The cotton candy world, he says, like, very seriously, like, I'm laughing while saying
It's
it.
got
He's,
pink and bubbles, and when you touch the bubbles, they suck you in and stuff and show you weird shit.
Indeed. A very
Hey, the
apt...
last time I saw raining blood and a bloody dude, and it was a pile of bodies, and it was weird.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, that's what I got shown on the mirror train. Fun times. Oh, we also saw some of those murals of yours. That was on the mirror train. I'm sure Father filled you in.
Right. You are describing a place that is commonly associated with the Dream Realm, but this would be your third visit to a plane not our own. 3, perhaps all that is in existence. Some may debate others. The tower is a vast place, after all. Who's to say that our realm is the real one, and we aren't just a facet of another's? That realm that you describe is perhaps some kind of in-between path into the choice of location that you wish to venture to. Void, data, dreams, reality. It's not my area of expertise, but I have heard Father and Dreamer talking about it to some degree. Now, I don't wish to overwork you. This is a task that I am truly grateful that you are all undertaking, and so perhaps we call it a day. Call it a night here. If you wish to camp out here, you may, or if you wish to return to the city, you may as well.
Aiden will take a quick look around. Where's Ace?
So
Percy can finish that last laugh, Eden like grabs him by the lapel
Ah!
with one hand and
I can explain.
Percy would notice this. It's way weaker than she.
True.
She's used to her hot strength.
Yeah.
Him around.
He could resist
Like,
this if he
it's like-
wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely could resist this if he
Yeah,
wanted,
yeah,
but
yeah,
she like
yeah.
grabs him and like she's used to being able to like lift him up to her eyeball level and she
Right.
can't. So she just kind of like hugs him closer and she's like, "What do you mean? Well."
Feel
So
better.
something happened. Yeah, true. He's like, dang, I'm getting stronger. Something happened. Jihad showed up and investigated the encampment, but didn't find anything because Dal'Era and Ace concealed our presence. However, and this was while Gabriel was gone. He looks over at Gabriel, and Gabriel like,
What were you?
shakes his
You're
head.
the ranker.
Terrible timing, I suppose. I will not make that mistake again.
Oh,
Well, that's convenient.
But while out, Ace decided to intervene. She kidnapped one of their soldiers and flew out of the clearing. We never saw her again.
you didn't go after her?
We were watching over you. It's what she wanted us to do.
Okay.
Did we mess up? Were we supposed to do
I'm-
something different?
I'm gonna try and lower the panic and the bile coming up my throat right now because you just let her intervene with Jihad. Do you not remember where she came from originally?
I do, but it wasn't my choice to make. It was hers. I'm not going to force her to not do what she wishes.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm fine. I haven't yacked blood yet. It feels like it's coming, but okay. So, what direction did Ace intervene her way to Jihad's army? Which way did she go?
Dal'Era pulls up one of her lighthouses, and it like shows a little recording. You just see like Ace jetpacking like off over to in the direction
highlight
of
reel?
yeah,
There you go,
highlight
clip
reel.
it for
You
me.
see the whole thing. You see like the rope getting
Good old
cut.
Twitch.
Boop. You see the whole scene take place.
I don't mean to sound disrespectful, Dal'Era, but are you a ranker too?
No, I am not a ranker. I hope to be someday soon.
Percy, what's her what rank is she?
She's a B.
Okay.
And she just continues to like kind of hum as her lighthouses encircle Al's body.
That's so lovely. I'm not panicking.
I leave for 5 minutes and everything goes to shit. This shows how much I do around here. All right, fine. We go after her, right? She looks at the rest of Recall.
Yeah.
We.
Did I stutter?
You should have. We.
Yes, I'm going with you.
Do I need to remind you that the only reason we're here and the only reason that Ace was in a position to get kidnapped, or kidnapped more specifically, is because you guys called us here to clean up your mess.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And the fact that 3 of you were here and basically watched her walk away and did nothing.
No, actually, it was just 2 of us, because Gabriel wasn't here.
I repeat, 3 of you who were here.
Actually,
did
Leonida was
nothing.
here, now that I think about it, so it was 3.
What were you doing, motorcycle girl?
She's over at the entrance. She's not in view. She's out of sight. But...
She was just scrolling, you know.
Yeah.
More.
Well, now let me help
Alright, let's
clean
go
up
get it.
your mess. The mess that Ace just made. Sound good?
Ace. And Eden, in
Oh.
her scrawny, very weak form, will like march up to Flux Vault and just look up at her.
Ace wouldn't have been in a mess if you did your job better.
I was
This is the
sleeping
least
with
you
you.
could do.
Not in that. I was in the dream realm, okay?
Why did you even need to come
Direct
with
your
us?
anger.
If you do everything yourself.
Did it ever cross your mind that the only reason you even have the powers that you do is because of me? And all the generosity, all the good that I've done over the years, all the powers that I've let you absorb from my very core. If I wasn't in there, you very well could have died. I made that last part up, but the point still stands that If you don't wish for my
There,
help,
little witch.
then I won't go. I simply thought you might appreciate an extra pair of hands. Brack, you wish to speak?
I just realized I turned down my mic. There, little witch. I understand that you are you. But, do you guys still have that tracking device that I know you guys put on Ace back when she was a part of your organization?
Percy's like, what? Wait, we did? Gabriel shakes his head. Even if we had done such a thing, it would still no longer be a part of her. But as far as I'm aware, that is not how we do things in ISA.
You guys are terrible at your job. Where's the
Brack's
Where's the star boy?
It's the real deal.
Brack's like, you should. You should have.
Come on, you got ID tag people out here. Come on now.
Just slap an apple tag on.
Ace would know. She would find it.
What was
now-
your question, Brack, though? You asked something? Really quick.
Where's the star boy?
Oh.
Ah.
Very good question. Most likely on another mission from Fathers. We are completing our search, as it were.
Alright, so it looks like the bloodhound isn't here to sniff her out. Alright. Looks like we gotta
It's
do
alright,
this
Brad.
the old-fashioned way.
This isn't that large of a floor. We can find her by ourselves. You guys just stick to what you do best, which is nothing. Apparently.
Fine. I never wanted to go with you anyway. She goes off
Absolutely not
and
true. You
melts into the
literally tell people just to
shadows.
go.
The one time that I actually am generous.
Flux, I don't think you know what that word means.
Altruistic? That's better, right? I've been learning.
No.
Don't test me, Eden. I'm an English
You'll do
major.
what? New lore unlocked for
Yeah.
Flux Vault. She's an English
She
major.
actually went to college.
Doubt, bro.
Or worse.
Put extra doubt, bro. Nah.
But she like kind of crosses her arms and more or less blends in with the shadows as she scoffs.
Ruka, real quick. Can the bracelet Eden has reverse track?
No.
Or reverse tie? No. Okay.
But I mean, you didn't. I actually want to see just how you guys figure this out.
Okay. There it is.
Without just saying my very simple solution. But,
Yeah.
All
Now,
right.
just for mechanically, if Eden did activate it, what would happen to Ace?
It can only be activated one way. So like
Oh.
Ace can activate because Ace has like the control. So she hits it, it goes to Eden. But
Right,
other
but
than
it's
that,
Eden's
just an
life alert because
accessory.
she has to like activate it for Ace to pull it into play though, right?
Oh wait, that is true. Yeah, it was both ways. So technically,
so
she would
can
be
I-
able.
While this
Good.
is going on, can I call Leaf?
You sure can. I also know that Milios, you were saying something, so I want to make sure you get the chance.
Oh, I was just gonna say, call any one of the people that's
Okay,
near
well,
Ace.
There we go. So yeah, you
That-
were-
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I
Okay.
was like, she has her pocket, but
That is
also,
100%
quick
what I
note.
was trying to do.
quick little speed
Quick
dial.
note, just to clarify,
Okay.
Eden's stuff, because I was wrong. It is both ways, but in this instance, even if Eden were to press the button because of
Okay.
what is currently happening to Ace, nothing would come up.
Got it. Okay.
Oh,
I think she
'Cause
would
it's
have
Shinsu
checked.
based.
right.
I would say I think she would have checked that in the flurry of everything,
Yeah.
and realizing that there isn't anything there. That's when her panic starts to rise even more because she's like, "Oh,
Oh.
Ace isn't even responding, and that's not
Mhm.
good." Anyway, boys, carry on.
So you call Leaf, and based on the timeline of things, this would be you hear her like moving, like so just from a meta perspective, like they haven't started fighting at the time you make this call, and so you make the call and you hear her say, "Hey, where are you guys? I think we need you back in Three Swords."
3 swords.
Three
Sorry
Swords.
about what happened to Ace.
She sent a selfie to the mechanics. I guess you guys wouldn't have received it. Neither did I, but Hugo and Shion let us know. I think she's entangled with Jihad's army.
You said 3 swords?
3 Swords. Just where you came
On
from.
our way.
Okay, see you soon.
All right, I got a location. I'm going to the 3 swords.
Do you guys need anything else for the road?
Yeah, sit down.
The quickest fade in and fade out of a character art I've ever done. All right.
Sorry, bro. I gotta stay on brand. I gotta stay
No,
on brand.
no, it's just funny. Is there anything else you all do before you start heading there? Okay. Before you.
So
Oh, by all means. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say after they leave the dream realm, Brack kind of communes a little bit with the monster within, and he just says to it, "I'm gonna get you to talk one day," and then he just goes on about his day.
Interesting. Okay, fair enough. I would say that like Flux will be like, wait, if I'm not going with you, I can at least do this much. You're down a light bearer, right? And she pulls out like, I don't know, maybe like 10 purple lighthouses, and they surround you all and start to glow. And you all get this little speed boost to your mobility that will allow you to run back to the city faster. Good luck. And she melts back into shadow.
She put a curse on us.
Ew. All right, we move.
Gross. Ew. Started. Shadow demon cooties. Cool. So you
That
all.
sounds horrifying.
It does, doesn't it? A little bit. You all begin.
Gotta go fast.
You begin racing back to the city of Three Swords as quickly as you can. The day continuing to kind of get darker as you do. In combination with the fact that you now know the way better, you have the speed boost from Flux, you all have your own abilities. Can I ask, is there anything you all are doing to get there faster? Or are you just running?
Actually, yeah. Well, so this
Oh.
is the 3 swords is it's a bar, right? It's a building.
No, Three Swords is the entire town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, still, like
Yeah.
the bar specifically that they're in it's like a it's a building within the town. Correct?
Yes, in fact, it's a pretty small town, so it would be like the bar, So yeah.
Okay. Does
Yeah.
this bar have a roof?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So
Why? I'm just
Jong going to use his Shinsu gliding ability to try and make it to the bar, but specifically getting up on top of the roof. Of the bar.
So okay, you want to, when you get there, you want to get on top of the roof, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So we're locking that in. Anybody else with any mobility or anything that you're doing to get there faster or doing on the way?
Brack uses Wave Walker. It's a more advanced form of it, but similar in theme.
Mm-hmm. Is this the team-wide Wave Walker or the solo Wave Walker?
Team wide, he knows that red leader needs some help.
I would say, even with the speed boost, Eden is lagging behind majorly.
Yeah, that's a good point. yeah. I would say it probably doesn't even affect you very much. Like if it's a
No.
speed mobility that like doubles or triples your speed, that's not doing much for Eden, unfortunately, exponentially. So okay, but Brack, you're gonna be wave walkering. That'll certainly be helping Eden, especially. So fair enough. So the whole group, in combination with the speed boost, in combination with all the extra effects from you individually and Brack's Wave Walker, you're able to get back honestly fairly quickly. Like, I can't remember how long I said it took to get to the cave. I think maybe an hour. Like, it wasn't that long, but now that's been cut short, like, I don't know, by like a quarter, maybe more, You're able to get back in like less than like 15 minutes, we can say. So you hurry on back. And while you are heading back, Ace, can you make another con save with disadvantage for me? Let's see how much you can resist what is happening to you.
19 at disadvantage.
Damn, okay, it's pretty good. That is
Fight
pretty
it
good.
always.
Fight it up.
Okay.
Brigitte is dead. Ace is back.
Yeah. Okay, that is not bad.
Brigitte, no.
Yeah. Cool. So, I think I'll just I'll do it like this. No, I'll go back to that one. Cool. So you are able to more or less kind of resist then. Like you're able to contain it as much as possible. For the next couple of minutes, I would say that you do have control over your own body. Your Shinsu, you can feel it dwindling, but you are, for the time being, still able to control it. While this is all happening, like you do have some semblance of, what's the word, like having control over your own body, I don't know what that. Thank you. Too many words in the English language. Too many words. You have some autonomy, which is nice.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice.
And so, but by the time you look up, there are already like fights happening. Like there are already like, the walls are kind of being crashed into. The bartender has long gone. Whatever happened to him, he's long gone. And the matchups are kind of taking place. Immediately, Hugo, whipping out his hammer, charged at the captain, Baksu. So he's like swinging his hammer around and around and around, whipping it, and you're seeing his new techniques taking place. Hugo, through training with the diamond on his face. In fact, let's see the glorious Hugo. He started learning how to use it to assist in his martial prowess. More specifically, he's able to kind of like swing his hammer and then like let go of it and then pull it back and sort of maneuver it forward and back. So like he can like swing it, it can hit them, and then he can pull back for another hit. He's kind of like doubled his damage output by every time he swings, he's able to use Shinsu to like have it swing back like a pendulum, So every strike swings back. He's kind of doubling up all of his attacks. That's like the main thing he's learned how to do. So the diamond is glowing. There's like this purple glow around the hammer, and he swings, double, swing, double, swing, double. There's like an explosion from the hammer. But Baksu is dodging every single one. He, in fact, I'm going to do some rolls here because basically the NPCs, let's just say this, the NPCs are going to determine like how long they can how long it takes for you all to get there. is going to be the point of this, basically. So Hugo's competence against Baksu isn't great. Even with these new abilities, it's clear that Baksu is a far superior fighter and is watching every move from Hugo. But Hugo is no slouch either, and Baksu is having to dodge. A couple shots are narrow, a couple swings striking right past his face as Hugo's hammer crashes into the wall. And in between one of these attacks, Hugo looks over at you, Ace, and he's obviously can't go over there right now, but he's yelling out, "Are you okay? What's happening? What do you need? What happened?"
Ace is just leaning kind of over the counter and just coughing up more blood, and she's trying to push herself away from the main fight, and you see she managed to like pull out her needle that isn't like Shinsu based, and she's like trying to like keep it away, but like she looks disoriented, and you can see or if Hugo looks at her even briefly, she's so bright. It's all started to fade. It's like slowly going down. The color is just completely draining from her. So yeah, she's just coughing and we need to get out of here. We gotta go.
He's looking, his face is full of concern as he's like, what, like he can't even fathom like what could have caused this. He's never seen Ace in such a predicament like this, so violently reacting. But the second he shows that, you know, Baksu is back in the fray. There's a moment where Baksu summons his weapon, but we'll cut to that in a sec. Leaf at first is fighting Corraine, the man with the white mustache and the posh gentleman with the shoulder plates and the greatsword, and she's fighting Thrice, the short man with the blonde hair, and the man is very fast and is kind of whipping around. But it doesn't take long before she kind of like erupts in a grunt, and this purple flame kind of, you know, surrounds her body. Energy, I should say. And the moment that Thrice moves over to the side of the room, the vines like wrap around him and pin him against the wall, and she starts to like squeeze him into the wall. And she's about to say, you know, "Now tell me," and that's when Corraine will step in with the great sword, and she'll have to block his attacks with her Shinsu. "My, you are quite the skilled fighter, young lady. I hope you don't mind if we have a dance." And the second in command, Corraine, is now holding her attention entirely. Victor is zipping over to you. At first, he was going to fight Charlie. Charlie is almost unconscious at this point, so instead, he goes over to you. "Hey, can you move? Hey. He's like holding you up, Ace.
Barely. Victor.
Yeah, hey, he takes off his headband and like puts it onto you to see if that can like give you any sense of stability with your Shinsu. It's gonna be okay. But
Shiro's with them.
What?
We gotta go.
Shiro, and he looks up.
Then we gotta go.
And perhaps predictably, as Shion charges in, the man with the dragon helm steps in and blocks her punch with a kick. And there's like a shockwave that erupts across the room, and the two of them begin trading blow for blow with their punches and kicks. And she looks over at you concerned. "Ace, it's okay. At least I can get you out of here. Come on!" And he starts to kind of like quickly try to move you out of the room. But then reinforcements arrive as two more individuals from the Strike Force appear outside the door. A woman wearing bone armor clacking around her body as she holds like a whip across her hand. And the other, a very diminutive member of the Dawn tribe with the eyes around their head, very small, kind of with a cute little skirt on, and lighthouses surrounding her. Crap! And he like whips out his spear, ready to try to barrel through these two reinforcements. Interesting. So, he still has hold of you. And there's a moment where the one holding the whip pulls out this giant urn, and a creature begins to erupt out of it. A creature wearing battle armor, but aside from that, fairly familiar. A hippo's roar erupts through the room as you see a giant hippohama erupt out of her urn from the second floor, wearing battle armor and spikes all across its body.
Holy water.
And the diminutive Dawn Tribe member begins to, like, her lighthouses begin to glow, but Victor is too fast, and he zips in between them, narrowly escaping the lighthouses. He has now passed the two of them and has gotten you out of the building in the chaos. You can hear Captain Baksu's voice yelling, "Don't let her escape!" And they immediately start charging after Victor. This is when Team Recall would arrive. The NPCs did a pretty good job.
Can I?
Yes.
Yes. Can I?
Now you all can
entry the one that's coming right for them. I want a dynamic entry, the one that's coming right for them. Like, right in his face, side of the cheek.
Oh,
like
the one chasing after Victor and Ace?
Yeah, I don't want him to see it coming. Like, the wave walker is just going to look like a whip of water is coming towards his face at fast speed, and then all of a sudden, just a giant man just and a foot right to the face. That's all I want.
Oh.
So this would be the woman in the bone armor that you would have appeared next to, and can you give me an athletics?
No, not next to, in front of, like.
Excuse me.
If they're running towards our direction, it should just be a smooth acceleration right into her face.
Okay. Can you give me athletics with advantage?
I was hoping you was going to say that because I don't think I'm rolling well.
We'll see. Well, you're pretty good with athletics, I think. Have faith in yourself, Milios.
Have faith in the dramatic entrance. Now's the time.
Advantage clicked. And let's go ahead and quickly. Big bucks, no whammies. And stop. Let it rock.
Whoa! The natural 20.
Yeah, take this crit to the face.
Get that jumpsuit on.
Or Ace, baby.
Okay.
I'm done with her. She gonna be ejected to South Park in Tom Rhinoplasty's chair. That's how we doing it right now. Let's go.
So she's like, charging after them. I would say at this point she was like getting onto her hippohama, and that's when you would have cut her short. And you said punched, right? Punch to the...
a kick.
Excuse me. A kick.
A front dynamic entry.
Dynamic entry.
There we go. Okay. And she is sent rocking from the kick. Are you sending her flying or to the ground or to the sky?
Oh, no. She's going back the way she came. She was coming from the direction of the tavern. She goes back into the tavern.
So, cool. So, yeah, she's like trying to board her hippo and instead is sent rocking back into the tavern, crashing into the wall. The member of the Dawn Tribe shouts out, Potamus! And whips out her lighthouses. Brack, can you make an intelligence saving throw?
Intelligence? That requires smarts.
Ew, brother, ew.
Yeah, smarts. Ew. True.
What was the name she yelled?
Potamus.
For the Lordkeeper?
Bonabus?
Oh, no. I rolled a 19.
That is a 19. Brack, with your Shinsu abilities, you are able to resist the lighthouses, which were trying to entrap you and freeze you in place. The rest of Recall. Please do. Absolutely.
Because we came out the dream world, and since Brack is the dreamer, I want to say there's a little bit of bleed there. And so when he tries to do the thing to Brack to stop him or whatever, Brack, she notices immense aura come from Brack as it just completely destroys her ability. That's all I
see what you're saying. The sheer aura coming off of Brack here just shatters the barrier.
Yeah, we got a net 20 in the face, and he just walks in.
You hear the JoJo Bizarre music.
Yeah. Brack would be a JoJo character. So then, while that's happening, yeah, true.
That's his stand.
It's
He is
true.
a Joker. Yeah, he just doesn't understand yet.
He's getting there. He's getting there. So we know that's what's happening with Brack. I know Jong. You specifically mentioned getting onto the roof. That's fine with me.
Absolutely right.
The
That's
fighting
what
is
we're
happening
doing.
below you at this point.
We're doing the same damn thing. Dramatic entrance number 2.
Okay.
So, how far apart are like the fights that are happening? Because
I-
you said Leaf is fighting
Yes.
a dude.
Yep.
And then Keon is fighting a dude.
Yep.
And then,
And then Hugo's fighting a
Hugo
dude.
still fighting? He is.
He,
Okay,
he
are they,
is. He's the one in the most precarious spot, as he's fighting clearly the strongest member of the group.
Okay.
Yes.
And so are they like spaced out, close together? What's the?
They're pretty spaced out. This bar is getting destroyed, and there's more and more room being created as the tables and chairs get obliterated. And I would say like a good, I don't know, 20 feet separates all of them. Like it's not that they're super far, but yeah.
All right, that's fair. We're about to blow this whole bitch up then. So
Okay.
I am going to come in through the ceiling, like as close to like in the middle of all 3 of the fights as possible.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use. Hold on. Let me get my sheet out because I gotta make sure this shit.
Make sure. Yep.
Hold on.
Take your time.
Where's my sheet? Here it is. Here.
Jong's cooking something up.
Okay, so we're gonna come down from the ceiling. We're gonna use Inu Tora, his bolt trap, and then we're going to from the Shinsu loop. We're going to use Shinsu amplification to expand the reach of it so that it covers the entire room.
I see. So it's the classic bolt trap with a new name. What was it again?
Inu Tora.
Perfect. Inotora. And you're expanding it with your Shinsu amplification. Cool.
Correct. Yeah, so that it hits all 3 targets.
And I'm assuming you're doing so in a way that would harm only the enemies and not the allies as much as possible.
Correct. Yeah. So like
Okay.
it's been a while since we've explained moves, but bolt trap it's had a little bit of upgrade where there's a more
that's
targeted
right.
approach now. Yeah,
That's
so
right.
It doesn't just it's no longer just one like expands and hits anybody, and it can be targeted. to
Right.
people, so like he's just targeting.
That is a big
3
buff. Okay,
enemies.
cool. So the way we're gonna do this, just for this kind of like half RP,
Yeah,
half
yeah,
combat,
yeah,
is
yeah,
I'll have you roll Arcana with advantage as you're getting this surprise attack off.
Okay. Gotcha. Pull out my sheet. Where you at, sheet? Where you at? Oh, there you go. They are coming.
Indeed. 15. Cool. So you said it's like a big ol' like lightning explosion, basically.
Yeah. I wanna. Okay. I there's a little flavor that I.
Please
I
do.
wanna add on.
Take it away.
So kind of similar to what Millis was saying, like Jong has just come out of the dream world, and what he experienced in the dream world was not necessarily so much a dream as it was a possibility of something that could happen to him,
Mhm.
and his body is responding to that. So as he comes down from the ceiling and he like his hand hits the floor and all this lightning starts to extend, it's the typical like blue lightning that you like know him to use.
Right.
But like as the lightning starts to like extend and starts to reach out towards the enemies, it starts to turn this like bright purple as it starts to like bend and twist and get like a little bit more like volatile looking as it reaches towards each of the
Cool.
people.
Okay, yeah. So the lightning courses through the building, causing whatever was left of the support structure to start, disintegrating between everything that's happening. And you hear some pain, like gasps and grunts from below as the explosion hits their intended targets, giving some members of Team Recall, the NPCs, a chance to breathe. For example, Hugo, who would have been on the back foot now. Captain Baksu would have summoned an ornate staff. Wreathed in like wood that kind of is encircling each other, almost like a twirling kind of around, a wrapping all the way up to the top where it's encased a little item, a little trinket. But he's using it as like to hit Hugo, But now that the explosion happened, Baksu covering himself, Hugo dashing back away, kind of covered in scuffs and bruises and a few cuts. Jong, you made it!
Jong just looks around the room, immediately like eyeing all the targets, immediately eyeing all the players, figuring out like what's going on, what's the the best move, best person to strike first.
Perfect. Yeah. I think Baksu, his piercing blue. I'm just gonna keep talking about his piercing blue. This dude has some piercing blue eyes. Every time I mention this character,
his Jihad baby blues.
that's Jihad,
Jihad
baby blues.
are what I'm calling my eyes from now on.
He's locked onto you as he kind of, clocks the power of the attack that you just mustered. So that leaves then Eden. So, yeah, that's crazy. There was only 3 of you that were making your way back. Wow. Dang, good times. So, Eden, you're obviously not in the same state that you were last arc, as we've said multiple times, especially after the Dream Realm fiasco. What do you do when you arrive?
Well, since Brack took off on crazy kicking hippopotamus things, I'm sure she'd be probably still trying to catch up from wherever he left her off. And
Oh no, you can't with him. What do you mean left off?
So
You
she's in
get
the
a front row
middle of the
seat.
spray.
She was just like koala bearing, like on the back.
Oh no! Oh, okay.
Nezuko, is that it?
So
Yeah, Nezuko.
if you've
Throw
ever
in a
seen the
basket.
trailer for like the Donkey Kong game, the new one, Donkey Kong
Oh,
Bonanza, where
Pauline,
like Paulette is just
yeah.
holding like on the back
Yes,
of,
totally.
like, that's how it was going.
He's got her.
Hang on,
You know,
Spider Monkey.
Held Eden in one hand and dynamic kicked this girl down.
Yeah. That is, we need a meme of DK, Pauline, Eden, and Brack.
No.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Really fitting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought she might have got dropped off. I lied. So she's in the middle. So is Brack inside the bar at this point?
No. We just kicked the girl back into the bar. Like right now, we've
Got it.
properly landed. We've deflected a lighthouse, and
Yep.
now Eden is free to do whatever she wanted to do.
Okay, all right. And Ace and Victor are outside at this point.
That's right. Yeah. In fact, I would say that's a good opportunity. Like you see him like bolting away from the action, and he like kind of skids to a halting, the classic cartoon screeching sound.
Yeah.
As he skids to a halt, he's now just carrying. He's carrying Ace, and you can see that she is. You can immediately see what state she's in. He looks at you kind of like desperately, like I don't know what to do. She's not responding. The headband isn't working.
Like Eden will like almost take like a second to be like, what just happened? And she's going to bark at Victor, get her out of here.
Where she
look
needs
back.
help now.
Go.
Okay. And he just like bolts out of the city as fast as he's gonna try to bolt out of the city as fast as he can.
He's got them boots. Them boots are made for
Those
running.
Hermes. That's right.
And
those-
that's just what you do.
Run,
Yeah.
Forrest, run.
yeah. He says, So Ace, can you make another con save at disadvantage, please?
Oh no.
He has no healing, otherwise I would have been able to try.
I know.
9. 9.
No,
Come
buddy.
on, bro.
Damn.
Brigitte died so Ace could live.
Right. It's true.
Yeah, she did. Good riddance.
We shed that life and we're on to this one. So
We
with a
only got 9 of
9.
them.
I'll let you maybe like. Do you have any description with everything that we've already talked about regarding what Ace might be feeling at the moment?
I think she'll stop Victor, or not stop, but like she's trying to like get his attention, kind of like a she's trying not stop him, but like just grab him, and you can see her eyes starting to they're kind of rolling back, they're going forward, but she looks like the life is literally being drained out of her.
Yeah.
And so she just holds on to him and is like, no, just take me back, please.
I'm not taking you back. Whatever they did to you, it's hurting you.
Victor, I'm gonna die, okay? There's no
Don't say that. You're not gonna die.
If I'm going to go, if this is going to take me out, I want to be with Hugo. Don't take me when he's and she's struggling, man.
I have an idea. So, Jong, let's cut to you. Who would have been your intended, like, out of the people there, we have Thrice, who's cutting the vines that were pinning him against the wall. We have Corain, who is fighting Leaf. We have the captain, who is fighting Hugo. Is there like a specific target that you wish to focus on here?
Yeah, probably the captain. I mean, he would have specifically looked to hone in on whoever was the biggest threat here.
Yeah.
Because once that one is at least either neutralized or, incapacitated, like, we can either make a tactical retreat or we can, like, you know what I mean? But, like,
right.
Take out the biggest tree and then deal with the rest of the forest. Thing.
Hugo, his eyes are wide. He's, like, shaking a bit. And you can tell it's not from the fight that he's having now with the physical fight. He's starting to like hyperventilate, and he starts saying like, Jong, do you think you can handle this? I gotta go check on Ace.
Get out of here.
And he by the time you barely even finish, he's already like bolting out of the room. And Baksu stands up straight, kind of dusting off his armor, straightening out his cloak, holding his staff. There are the troublemakers that we had heard tell of. What is your name?
Well, seems like you've been hunting us for quite a while. Why don't you tell me my name?
You've gone by many. Isn't that right, Cyrus? Or is it Gasu? Or is it your new favorite, Jong?
And this like kind of crooked smile just kind of cracks across his face. See, we've done our homework. Well, no matter. I hate to disappoint you, because it looks like you all have come a long way. But you're not taking any of my teammates. If you'd like, you can take the rest of your troops and get out of here. If you'd like to watch them all die, by all means stay. Because I'm in a very bad mood.
There's a conflict. Can you roll insight for me?
Yes. Sure can. You said insight?
Yes. Hey, a dirty 20. Not bad, not bad.
Let's go.
All right.
Something.
A little something. You were able to kind of glean. He has this like very good poker face, but you're able to read into what he's feeling here, because by your words, he's taking you seriously. He's not the kind of person to be like, you recall, we can take you. He's very like, he's looking around the room. He's just saw your attack. It's a mixture of like, he kind of wants to fight you. He's confident he could take you on, but he's not confident that the Strike Force would escape and with their lives in the current situation. And more importantly, their target got away anyway. And so he knows Ace is gone. He's looking around. And he like puts the staff back in his inventory. Would say we halt for the day. You call off your men, and I'll call off mine. Together. That's what you offered, is it not? No bloodshed?
You'll forgive me. I'm not the most trusting of a man wearing that particular brand. And he kind of motions to the badge. You first.
And he motions with his hand. Brack, what are you doing in the meanwhile?
As Jong, I guess, motions with his hand, Brack is like in the process of following up an attack on the person he kicked.
I think the light bearer would attempt to get in your way, and she's like looking at, she's like 2 feet tall. She's like, you're fighting me instead.
Oh, sweetie.
Oh no!
This is not the time to be a hero, sweetie.
With the
You are-
skirt.
You are flag football shaped to an 8-foot kicker.
Yeah,
That's
you are
a
perfect. You are
bad
perfectly
combo.
puntable right now. This is just not good.
Frank, what do you do?
Brack was about to step on her.
What?
As Jog, like, gives the ceasefire, Brack stops.
Oh, okay. You hear the dial. Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Is she-
Yeah, I think he would have like put his hand
shadow
up
over
to.
her.
Yeah. She's... Go ahead, John.
Ball, you know, like the little.
Yeah.
Brack with shoes bigger than that person. That's
Oh my
crazy. Yeah.
Okay. And Eden, you are still with Brack, so you would obviously be seeing all this, and
She'd probably be like in the doorway if Brack had moved inside a little bit. She
sure,
would've told Victor to
get a
run.
little right. That's true. Okay. So Victor, while you're making the ceasefire, Victor calls you, Jong.
He just kind of like reaches his hand back, but he does not. His eyes don't leave the captain.
Yeah.
He pulls his pocket out and opens it up.
Hey man, she's not looking good. Where did you guys come from? Maybe Ice here can help, like they helped me. Maybe they can keep her from dying. Where'd you guys come from? That's all I can think of. I don't know what else to do.
I'll send you the coordinates.
Okay. And Ace, you're still kind of fading from consciousness, but you see that as Victor prepares to leave, you now see through your blurry vision, Hugo, and his diamond is glowing, and he has his hand over your body. And I'm gonna roll for him here. He rolled quite high.
Big Daddy.
I'm gonna say that his Shinsu offers you Big Daddy. I just got that. Big Daddy Hugo. Let's go.
It's like, hey.
I love how
Daddy
that was like
H.
a 10-second like.
I
wait a
had to
minute.
like.
That's how Hugo would take it, though. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's canon.
And I would say he's able to offer you some considerable relief through his diamond. He's trying to pour as much of his Shinsu to hide as much pain as possible. He's no Seal Young, he's no healer, but he's just like trying to counteract your loss of Shinsu. It's just draining and like spurting from your tattoos at this point. It is just like awful. Yeah.
Yeah, she just looks at him and is like, hey.
Hey.
I think it's in the blood.
We're gonna get you somewhere safe. He looks at Victor like he's like looks at him very seriously, like I'm trusting her life to you. And Victor nods resolutely. I know where to go. And Ace, you catch one last like look from Hugo, and he says, "I'll be there in a sec. I'll be there soon." As like it becomes a blur as Victor starts bolting towards the coordinates that Jong would have sent him. Speaking of Jong, the captain raises his hand as if to give a command. Halt the attack. And immediately, Corraine would say, "You heard the captain! Halt the attack!" And he's midway through fighting Leaf at the moment. And, as strong as the captain might be, it's clear that his second in command was chosen for a reason, because Leaf is like out of breath and resumes to her normal form by the time the fighting stops. She breaks away from him, and the vines are fully let thrice off of the wall. But Shion doesn't stop. Her eyes are wide as she continues fighting the man with the dragon helmet. Why do you kick like him? What is this? As the blows trade back and forth, back and forth. But the man is silent underneath the helmet. So, Jong, you see that she's not following any peace order. And the man with the dragon helmet is only blocking defensively. Baksu is looking at you like, I did my job. If you don't call off your troops,
Okay. No, you know what? We're not gonna do that now. He's just gonna go over. He's gonna walk over to Shion and kind of like, physically hold her back.
She's like in a bad state. Like she's not like fighting you, but she's clearly like trying to continue fighting as you pull her back. No, there's no. It can't be.
Shion.
Who are you? She screams. But then it's like she remembers why she's even there, and she shakes it off. The captain, with his baby blue eyes, those baby blue Jahads, he stares at you again. Don't think this will be our last meeting.
Oh, I'm counting on it, Captain.
Tallahassee, he says, before looking over and seeing Charlie like passed out on the counter, like his part of the counter like being the only place that's like unscathed, just kind of like narrowly. He'll just like grab him and put him on his shoulder.
Wait.
Oh!
Charlie was the Florida man?
Yeah, he was. It was Charlie all along. Plot twist.
I was thinking, I was like, well, maybe it was the Don Tribe girl because she's got the
Oh,
close
it's
to the alligator. She could be true Florida girl. But...
So the Don girl isn't the Hippohama one. That's they're two different. People.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's the whip girl.
Potamus. Yeah, Potamus is the one with the yeah.
Got it.
That's a good point, though. That's a good point. But he grabs him and then like looks at you again, and then like does the classic like jump out with a blur. And they all start to leave. Corain gives a oh.
One more thing before they leave.
Mm-hmm.
Jong is just going to very lightly just tap the shoulder of the guy with the helmet that Shion was fighting.
Yeah.
And he's just going to say to her, sorry about her. She gets excited around certain people. And that's it. And actually, I wouldn't even say it's a tap. Like, he rests his hand on his shoulder for like a good second and then pulls it away.
Can you roll perception for me?
Okay. Certainly can.
Are you trying to feel out his Shinsu?
Take the dragon. Can he
Rawr. Only an 8. Okay, that's okay.
Oh, damn.
That's okay.
He's a dragon. Rawr.
Wait, you rolled a nat 1 on that? That's crazy. That's kind of funny. Doesn't look like it because of the advantage, but the only thing you can tell is that the person isn't speaking, whether that's normal or intentionally for the moment, and they like back away.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh.
Can I?
Yeah.
Let me get one more Arcana roll.
Okay.
I forgot I needed to actually like do the thing.
Oh.
Okay.
Now it all makes sense. Okay.
Bro. There's method to the madness.
Yeah, Jong with his little tracking bugs, his little Shinsu bugs.
Madness, bro.
13. I'm going to roll for him, and see if he beats that roll.
This bad guy.
He just barely
be named Baby Blue. By the way.
Yeah.
He has a name, but we're
It's
calling
not
him Baby Blue
Baksu,
and Jihad now.
Baby Blue. I'm gonna say Jong.
Baksu, Minjun, and now Baby Blue.
Right? Yeah, he's got so many names. Captain.
Baby Blue Baksu.
That's a good. So Jong, as you like start to channel the Shinsu, he like slaps your hand off of his shoulder just before you're able to pull it off. And then he slowly steps away. Shion, her eyes wide, no tears, just shock, uncertainty. He then dashes away, and then Corain gives a bow, reminiscent of Lucius from the Mirror Train. I suppose there's some similarities there, just more white hair and to some degree, and the shoulder plates. He gives a bow before he too dashes away. And Brack, the girl that you kicked halfway across the town, gets up and like spits out some blood, and she just like points a finger at you and shakes her head under her bone helmet.
Would you
Tis but
say
a shame.
she's a bonehead?
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
you certainly would.
He was like, "Do I give her this? Do I give her this?" Yeah.
It's not wrong. I have to give it to her. You're not wrong. She dashes away, and then the light bearer like steps a couple steps back from Brack, and then also dashes away, leaving all of you left in the town by yourselves. Some townspeople begin coming out from the buildings, like whispering and looking at the rest of you. This is a good place to take our break. We're going to take our meme reel break here. The memes, the fan art, the joy, the laughs, the moments, the memories.
The dark wind.
I know. It's a little
Hey guys,
ominous.
what's up? Darkwind intensifies.
Hey, have some
Time
laughs.
for the memes to love. Let's go.
Yeah. We'll see you very shortly. Da-da-da-da-da. You're watching Towers and Gods.
Look, I get you're still a kid, but
He's 23.
you're 23? Didn't you say you were a minor?
I'm a 23-year-old minor.
Tommy, control those shoulders.
Look, I get you're still a kid, but
He's 23.
you're 23? Didn't you say you were a minor?
I'm a 23-year-old minor.
Tommy, control those shoulders.
Look, I get you're still a kid, but
He's 23.
you're 23? Didn't you say you were a minor?
I'm a 23-year-old minor.
Tommy, control those shoulders.
Look, I get you're still a kid, but
He's 23.
you're 23? Didn't you say you were a minor?
I'm a 23-year-old minor.
Sabe, control those shoulders.
Welcome back to Towers and Gods. I hope you enjoyed the break. Thank you to everybody who submitted memes and fan art. We appreciate your support, and if you'd like to submit your own, you know what to do. The link is down in the description. I want to give a shout out to everybody who did submit. We had Gizmo Chismo, Master Gold, we had Naoto, River Does Stuff, Ruka, rings a bell. Thank you all for your contributions to the meme reel. I know, we had quite a lot from Ruka this week, so thank you, Ruka. Thank you to everybody. We appreciate you guys. It's always fun seeing your interpretations of what happens in the episode. And yeah, all right. Well, with that said, let's return to the episode. So I do want to get some kind of impression of like what the people in Three Swords, so Jong and Eden and Brack, along with the NPCs that remained behind, so not including Victor and Hugo, because Victor like ran ahead, but Victor is like following as close behind as he can. So the two of them are not there, but the rest of you, what is your immediate reaction, or I guess your response to the aftermath of what just happened? Pass it over to you.
I would say that. I would say like worry, you know, maybe a little bit of like curiosity, because he knows, okay, obviously those soldiers were like here looking for us, like for our group, but they seem to like specifically be targeting Ace, like even, you know, because they basically were all but ready to quit once they realized that Ace had left the building,
Right.
Even though like basically the rest of the team was here, so like even though they are the target, Ace seems to be the priority target.
Right.
And then, but you know, Jong specifically is also clocking that like he is very curious and probably suspicious as to the identity of that helmeted soldier, given what Shiro was just going through during their fight. And yeah, I mean, like he's just very much in you know, in like game problem solving mode, like, you know, trying to figure out what's going on,
Right.
you know, get help whoever needs help, and you know, get the job done.
Cool. Eden, I see you're unmuted.
I would just say she's kind of like in a stunned shock of like, what did just happen? And kind of similar to Jong of like, why? Because like she caught the conversation of like Ace being their target, and she's like, but why though? I thought her records were wiped clean. Why are they prioritizing her? So she's more of like,
I see.
Like they shouldn't even have known who she was. And feeling pretty helpless because there's nothing she could do. So she's just kind of like observing, but also just kind of like starting probably to disassociate a little bit of like some little memories might be creeping up.
Oh.
Memories.
Okay. Fair enough. And then Brack.
Brack is communing with Big Boss. He's saying the big boss, the form, the execution, the sheer X factor that he brought into this situation was magnanimous. It was magnificent. He said when he kicked her in the face, he could feel the bone break. It could have been her face. It could have been the skull. We don't know. But all we know is something went. And then outside of that, Brack did fix it. He's like, the pink demon's going to be okay, right? No, I'm not being sentimental. Stop. And he turns away from Big Boss.
Okay, great. So Shion, as soon as the helmeted fellow, I don't know how to, the masked helm, the man wearing the helmet leaves, she kind of, you can literally see her like slapping her face and kind of like moving it out of her mind as much as she possibly can, and she turns to you, Jong. What about Ace?
Victor's got her. He's taking her to the group of ice here that we were with. Hopefully, he'll be able to, stabilize her. I don't even really know what happened.
Can you take me there? Leaf walks forward. I can do what I can with my Shinsu.
Yeah, actually, it'd probably be better if... Yeah, of course.
Okay, great. And so that group leaves the building. Let me, this track, I always have to restart it right here. Boom, there we go. So you all leave the building, and you again note that Hugo followed after Victor, and there's some townspeople that are walking out and pointing at you and kind of whispering. I would say there's like one particularly bold citizen who walks forward. Did you do that to our establishment?
Brack, get him.
Brack, get him.
Stick 'em.
Yeah, bro, we need that Men in Black tool. We just be like,
You see, what happened to your establishment, it was not us. It was the individuals that had fled the scene. If I was you, I would go call the authorities immediately. Perhaps they were the authorities.
Yeah.
They said they were Jihad's army.
Yes, like gatekeep
Would
girl
you
boss Brack.
really want to
Let's
support
go.
Jihad's army after what they did to your fellow town?
I am a proud Jihad loyalist, good sir.
hell no.
Then you, sir, are an idiot. Good day.
How dare you? How dare you? He's wagging his finger. Okay, great. So after such an interaction, Leaf will take Jong's advice, follow Jong's lead to see if she can then follow after Ace. The rest of you, assumedly, also going back to the Icier hideout. And the hideout, again, isn't very long. This time it might take you with the same pace. I mean, you all are in a hurry. You have your new NPC allies there. You're able to return through Wave Walker and the rest of your means that are at your disposal. But first is Ace getting there with... Oh, I'm sorry, Eden, yeah.
No, Eden was gonna tell or ask Jong and Brack because we don't got no scouts or light bearers no more.
Frick! Woo!
I need the Shinsu boys to cover our tracks and not lead them directly back to where we're going, because they kind of heard that
right.
Icier. I mean, in the phone call between Victor and Jong in front of the Icier captain guy, we kind of, or the Jihad captain guy, we kind of mentioned name dropped Icier.
But I mean, like, he didn't like get on the phone and say like, okay, Victor, here's the exact. He sent them to Victor in a message, so like he wouldn't have known where.
So I guess the question would be like, I don't think Victor was on like speaker. You know, I think it would have been privately.
Yeah. He wasn't like speaking to him in front of the captain.
That is a good point, though. I did forget about that. So I think we can make sure.
I was like, oh,
yeah,
why are
that's
we
a good.
making this call?
Right, it's a good point. I think we can say that it was kept private between the two of them.
Okay.
And so,
regardless, it's still a
right.
good thing, because if we're beelining it back to the
Right.
location we need to go, we probably need to divert course and
Okay.
distract away, just in case.
Does anyone want to volunteer for such a task of hiding your
Like,
tracks?
look for lighthouses, look for observers, hide tracks, of the like.
You know, since we're lighthouse breaking out here, Brock could do it. He did it once, he could do it again.
Perfect.
Sounds like a
That
plan.
sounds good.
So you'll be responsible for such a task. Fair enough. You know, you really are riding this wave of like post. I like the idea that like that dream. It's a high for sure. You're riding that wave.
The new man.
Yeah,
The new man.
for sure. So whatever you want to roll for such a task, I'll leave it up to you. Like if it makes sense, like maybe survival, maybe investigation, insight. I would say survival is kind of fitting, but whatever you roll, I can give you advantage on it. Baraka Bronzer.
Let me get the roll.
Take your time. Take your time. I threw that at you.
Everybody get your roll on. Let me do this. And let me see what we got. What about stealth?
I'm okay with that. I will accept it. I will accept. I will allow it. Yes.
Do I have advantage or
Yes.
am I?
Yes.
Okay.
You're riding that.
Okay.
Oh.
Hold on. What was that?
So that was a
That don't
13. It doesn't count. What do you mean?
I was trying to.
You
I
did
was
say
trying to
that.
click off. I wasn't trying to roll. I was
I
trying to
see.
click advantage.
I can say it doesn't count.
I have like the little rolly die where I like launch it with my mouse.
Right. So okay, that one doesn't count. You did say that before it finished. So
Okay.
23. Beautiful. All right. That's like when the dice falls on the table and you're like, doesn't count.
Yeah.
Ooh, that
So-
number's mad low. Nah, it doesn't count.
Yeah. I said that. Yeah. So we're gonna go with 23. And you're able to hide your tracks, stay out of sight, maneuver your way. You are confident that unless they have an opera, that you are fine making your way back to the hideout. That was not me insinuating that they have one. I was trying to make a little lore joke there. Haha.
Take it down.
Until they do.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they bust through the walls like the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah. Gotta go on the
Start hearing
side.
the chopper sounds again.
It was me, baby blue.
Oh yeah. But I guess I still want a couple minutes of just Ace you arriving first. Victor would like not even stop for Leonida, right? Like he sees the cave entrance, starts bolting in. There's a moment where Leonida kind of like reacts, but then by the time Victor is there, she like lets him through, realizing
She don't do nothing anyway.
yeah.
Let that whole Jihad squad just roll up and just fucking lift her finger, bro. She's fucking
That's why
sick, bro. We know.
I was saying that's why she wears that helmet so she can
They
take
don't
some
pay
hat naps.
No.
She's trying to sleep on
She's
company
like,
hours,
she's
bro.
working
I get it.
just
I get
enough.
it. I get it. Icy is overworking her. I get it.
Okay. She lets Victor through, and Victor skids to a halt this time in the clearing, and immediately Gabriel and Percy and Dalera are like whipping, Dalera whipping her tools around Ace's body, and Percy kind of like holding his head and trying to see what's going on. Gabriel examining and investigating Ace's body. Gabriel leans down. What happened?
I think Ace, with any strength that she has, refuses to leave Victor's hold. So she's still kind of like in him, in kind of like curled up.
Right. Okay.
And just kind of like,
yes.
yeah, she will not let them take her or whatever. Like she's there.
Okay.
And so, from there, she looks at Gabriel and like, Jihad, I think it was in the drink. It's Shinsu related, but the essence is in my blood. It's
He's closes his eyes. He pulls back. He looks at your tattoos. Oh no. It's reacting. He starts to he rolls up his sleeves and he summons an orb of Shinsu, of white glowing Shinsu. And he very carefully starts to pick the Shinsu apart with his hands, with his fingers, and he starts to connect the Shinsu, almost as if it's his way of getting a very gentle a very gentle way of letting his Shinsu work. He's like very slowly going to connect it. All the while, Dal'Era's tools encircling you, providing some comfort. I will say, like her tools are certainly slowing down / relieving some of the pain that you're feeling here. Like immediately, they're taking effect, and Percy is just wide-eyed. Gabriel, you're saying it's a side effect of the essence? I'm afraid so. The essence has become her life. Inseparable. Her Shinsu is being cut off, and therefore her life. And right around that time, Hugo barrels into the clearing and runs over. He's gonna like get down on his knees and kind of like take Ace from Victor, and Victor's gonna pass Ace over to him. Are you healing her? He's looking up. And Gabriel is looking at him very concerned. Do something!
Don't think they can. And she's just staring at him.
No. They healed you, didn't they? He looks at Victor. And Victor's just like, with a pained expression on his face.
I know.
They're gonna heal
I
you.
know my body. It's not going. I spent so long controlling it. I can feel every part of me at all times. And right now, it hurts. I'm not gonna be able to come back from it. It's too fast. And I can't separate it. I would know if I could. You might be able to stop it for a time, maybe.
You're not talking about... His eyes go wide a bit.
Might be the only to pause time.
Victor looks at Gabriel. Father healed me, didn't he? He's like kind of processing what Hugo just told him. He's feeling some guilt now that he's been healed by Aesir. He looks at Gabriel. Can we get Father, the best healer in the tower, right? Can we get him in here? That's not possible, says Gabriel. What? Why not? He's an irregular, isn't he? He's not a god. He looks seriously at Victor. Meanwhile, the rest of Recall, you're approaching the cave. Leonida lets you guys in. She's doing her job.
Just step
Oh,
aside.
did she let us in, or did we
She
go
did.
in and she went, oh, yeah, go in.
I'll leave that up to your...
You're on the list. Go.
It's a skirt.
She's just like, oh, what is that?
Probably
Is that
fine.
wind? Oh, man. That's crazy. Anyway.
Gotta be around here somewhere.
Oh my god. Okay. So the rest of you then arrive on the scene. Immediately, Leaf starts to join in with her Shinsu as much as she can. There's even a moment where she tries activating her demon mode, but finds that it's not... Actually, I do think it would help. It would enhance her abilities, and also the essence would respond to her healing properties even amidst the demon form, and it would help to continue slowing it down. So Ace, like, you're in a state of like you don't feel much pain anymore, but it's still like it's almost like the the hourglass, the sand was like falling out, and now it's just trickling, but it's still trickling, and you don't have much left.
Thanks.
She's has tears in her eyes as she looks at you. You're gonna be okay. Maybe we can call Silyoung. Jong, can you call Silyoung? Maybe they're nearby.
He could probably feel it. I'm so sorry. That has to be awful. I don't think he can. But if something does happen to me, you need to help him, okay?
She nods. Hugo looks at Jong and Eden. Can you do anything? Anything at all? Anything!
Jong also just gives Hugo this pained look, like if there was something that, you know, come to his mind, he'd already be on the floor trying to help.
Eden just looks ashamed. The one time she needs her Shinsu to help her friend, she can't do anything. And it's just like Hugo can like almost see like the cracks forming in her facade of just like her hands are like she's just apoplectic at this point that this is happening again.
I think Ace turns her head a little bit, looks at her. Eden?
Yeah. She'll come over and grab Ace's hand.
It's not ideal, but no matter what, I made the choice, okay? No one made me do it.
You're a big dummy.
She smirks. Hey. It was bound to catch up at some point. But it's fine. Even if I do die, I'll find some way to haunt you.
Don't say that. You're not gonna die.
It's... Gabriel will lightly say, "It's possible. It's possible. However, she's too weak. We need more time."
Ace just stares at Hugo.
You're sure it'll work?
You have to make a call.
It's not guaranteed. You might
It isn't, but
you might never come back.
it's the only chance. Either we take the risk, and maybe you can wake me up again. Maybe I'll live. But if we don't, can feel it, Hugo, I'm going to die.
He closes his eyes, clearly between the choices. He reaches into his inventory and pulls out the gadget. He looks resolutely at Ace.
One last staring contest. See who wins.
Don't ever look away.
She lifts her hand, touches his cheek, weakly pulls herself up to give him a kiss, and then falls down. And
He presses.
Closes her eyes.
And right as she closes her eyes, he presses the switch on the gadget. And something begins to form around Ace, rising up her body. And you all immediately, well, Brack more than anyone, and Hugo more than anyone, but the players here, you all would have seen remnants, but Brack, you were there in person as a familiar, shining, rock-like substance begins to crack and form around Ace's body, crystallizing her, like how you would have first met her. And as she closes her eyes, it fully encases her body, essentially locking her into that moment, just like way back when.
Eden would know that Ace had taken the tech from Avalon when they encountered the crystal, what they used to crystallize her in the Labyrinth in Avalon, and she took it, and Eden would have known that she was creating a failsafe for herself, and that Hugo had the device should the last resort ever happen. So Eden would also recognize it from that.
I think when she would have saw Hugo pull it out, I think that's when she would have let go of Ace's hand. I would get up and take a step back in that moment.
He's gonna like... His eyes hadn't moved from her eyes, as if he continued the staring contest, but his eyes are so full of the tears that he's holding back that he just lets his hand like fall against the crystal, helplessly beating against its encasing.
Brack a step forward to comfort Hugo, and he'll say, hey, Big H. We found her like this once. We can get her out. We'll find a cure. I promise.
He looks up at you, and you can tell he's comforted by your words. This idea that you did encounter her like this, and you know you were there. And he breathes a shaky breath before giving a quick nod. Yeah.
Now we just need to find the person to beat up and take their cure.
When you say that, he like glares. Gabriel had already taken the shins. The orb had gone. And, you know, he looks at Gabriel.
The deer? Oh, I've been waiting to beat him up.
He said, shit, all you had to do was say go. Jumped Gabriel.
All out attack. He glares at Gabriel. The essence that Father gave her, right? That's the reason she ended up like this. I cannot speak to its veracity. It seems as though she had taken on too much of the essence too soon. And he's like... He just quickly like snaps, like, don't put this on her. I want so badly. He like grits his teeth. For the first time in years, like, the anger starts to like subtly show, but he holds it back. But if we can find a cure, and he looks at Gabriel, if you can help us find a cure, I'll be in your debt. And Gabriel looks at him. I promise we will do everything we can. Even if Father himself has to save her. He looks at him like, yeah, you'd better, without saying it out loud. And he just like very gently is still like holding, like he's still holding the crystal, and he just gonna remain there, just looking at the crystal, holding it. What about poker? What's poker?
Oh my god, the raccoon, bro.
Yes, sir.
Not my son. Not my son.
Shit, bro. This is the start of his villain arc.
Yeah, he just Dun, dun, dun. He was in the corner the whole time. With
Yeah,
the hands,
just watching.
just a single red eye flashing in
No
the
one
dark.
can stop me.
He becomes Batman, you know,
Oh shoot.
as his parents are holding each other.
Yeah, yeah, true.
So poker probably would have been in Ace's like lighthouses that not like on her but like out, like just the kind of ones to the side.
Yeah.
She would have preemptively removed poker from her person,
Okay.
knowing that this is happening. So I think they'd hear a little thumping on the lighthouse, kind of like a little let me out.
Oh, I'm not telling the raccoon his mom is a crystal. That's not happening. That's one of y'all.
Can I have it be Victor that lets him out? His uncle.
Yeah.
His favorite uncle.
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Jong's like, oh,
Just immediately.
so much emotional labor, too much for Jong today.
He like lightly opens the lighthouse to let poker out. Hey, buddy.
Poker looks. He knows. Kind of, I think the lighthouse has like those screens, right? Like you can
Yeah.
see what's
True.
happened.
Yep.
So he just like immediately has his hands up for Victor and just like bundles onto Victor like in his little neck and little raccoon whimpers, little
Hey. It's okay.
little like heaving, like you can just see his little like back
my
just
No.
heaving, like what cats do when they're sad.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's just gonna pat over and over like, hey. She's just sleeping. Okay? She's okay. We found a way to save her. It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
He like, I think, will like start playing with Victor's like buttons on his jacket to just like distract himself.
Normally, I think Victor would be very like, no touching my clothes. Like this is, but
Yeah,
he's
I think
gonna
he knows that.
he's going to allow it this once, in this very specific moment.
And he'll like pull his head up a little bit and he'll look over at Eden and like do like a little grabby hand. Like he's got one arm on Victor and he'll just like grabby hand
Like,
for Grandma Eden. Grabby.
She doesn't look at him, but she'll just kind of like reach her hand up to him. She's still staring at Ace.
Yeah. So he'll just hold on to them. To those two.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go closer, or else he would have gone to Hugo and Ace, but I don't think Poker wants to get near it.
Yeah. Shiona's not saying anything as she witnessed all that and has a million things all turning her brain to mush, for lack of a better way to describe it. I would say that she just kind of like sits on the ground very abruptly and just staring off into space. Leaf is like looking around the room. It's okay. She's frozen like Victor was. She's like, she kind of regrets saying that, but commits to it and says, Father was able to save him. He'll save her too. Or whatever cure we find. And she looks at Jong for some support.
Yeah. It's not going. Just had a commission. If we can bring him back, that's what we'll do. Let's get to work.
I will not be making any more sudden absences, so I promise you that she will be safe here. And in fact, I have a proposal for all of you. However, if you wish to have a few moments to breathe, I understand. In 10 minutes, we may discuss what I have in mind. If there are no objections. Good. Okay. Is there anything that Team Recall wishes to do in this time, in these 10 minutes? Oh, there was some sounds coming from you, Jong. Was there something you wished to do? Oh, is it my internet? Oh, it's my internet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh? Hello, hello? Hello, hello? Testing?
Hello?
It's kind of going wild. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, hello. All right, can you guys hear me?
You're kind of robotic.
I'm robotic. Okay.
Okay, you're fine now.
Oh, I'm fine? Okay.
Yep.
Testing 1, 2. Okay, I can hear you guys
I wonder
as
if it
well.
was me or
No, it was
I
me.
think, I think it was Discord. 'cause
I think it
mine
was Discord.
Yeah, I think it was
Plus
Discord because
just
mine
did
was
that.
walking
Oh, it
out.
was Discord. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Discord
I
just,
wonder-
like, dropped.
See if
Oh.
they having any issues tonight.
Weird.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
as soon as you started talking as Gabriel, it like bugged the heck out.
Dang,
Really?
even Discord
My-
won't be the
Yeah, yeah.
Is
and
it
I saw, like,
Discord
the
or is it
signal
because my
drop.
internet? Yeah, maybe it was because my internet was the stream still active. I don't know. Did
It
the stream
was.
cut
I
out?
just checked.
Really? Whoa. Okay.
Your end paused, and then
Okay.
as soon as all of us
Weird.
started to get back on, it seems like the stream started back up. So I think it's a combination.
Oh,
of-
okay. Combination.
'cause,
Weird.
Like my Discord connection keeps going back to red. Like
Oh,
back and
mine was
forth,
at
but
red
I-
as well, but now it's
Yeah,
fine.
so was mine.
I think
it's-
Well,
I
think
we
it's
said mine
Discord.
dropped and then just went back up a little bit
Okay.
ago.
Okay.
Okay,
Well.
yeah, there was
we're
a
at Discord.
partial outage too.
Whoa.
Or static
Okay.
Yeah.
There it
on
is.
status site.
How
So, yeah.
rude!
How rude indeed. Okay. Well, that's
I said,
okay.
Gabriel, get this man off the screen, bro. I want to listen to that, bro. Oh my god.
So you guys didn't catch what Gabriel said, then I take it.
No, not at all.
All
He
right.
said, and
I heard
Gabriel
he
says
had a proposal.
He had a
I see.
proposal, and that was yep.
And I gotta be
Yeah.
honest, if that's what it was, I'm not into it. I'm just.
So I was gonna say, Jong didn't say no.
That's why he had to glitch us out so that we agreed.
Yeah, for real.
He simply says, what did he say? He said, yeah, okay. He basically said, I have a
You do
proposal
my body.
for. Oh, that's what it was. Thank you. Okay, yeah. He said, "Now, do not worry. She will be safe here, and we'll do everything we can to protect her." He said, "I will not be taking any more absences." And he also said, "I have a proposal for all of you. How about we take 10 minutes to breathe, think, and then we may converse. Does that sound all right with everyone?" Excellent. We'll see you in 10 minutes. And then I passed it on over to you guys, but apparently we were disconnected. So now I am passing it over to you guys. You have 10 minutes if you wish to say anything, share anything. It's up to you if you want to do anything at all during this time.
I think Eden would have let go of Poker's little thingies by now, and she'd probably walk to either out of the cave or to a secluded part of the cave and just kind of like sit down. Her eyes are hollow and not focusing on anything currently.
I would say that that Victor would crouch down. It's not your fault.
Yeah. I just stood there helpless again. Power abandoning me when I need it the most.
We all have moments where we can't act. It sucks. It haunts us, but ultimately it's I know what it's like to not have power and see something happen before your eyes that you can't control. It's never easy, but it's not our fault. And if
Kind
it's
of like brings her knees up to her chest and just kind of like wraps into like this little ball.
Okay.
As she's sitting there.
Is Poker
But she
still
doesn't-
with him?
Would Poker still be there, you think, Eden? Or would you have let him down?
She left him with.
Yeah.
She left Poker
with
Victor. So.
Okay, so I would.
Well, he would have
She
been
let
on
she
Victor.
let go of the she let
I
go
see.
of his hand and walked away.
I see. I think Victor maybe would Poker have stayed attached to Victor.
Probably.
Yeah.
Unless.
Oh, I would say
hand
maybe
it off.
Hugo. I would say maybe Hugo would take Poker.
Okay.
And they would share. He would hold Poker, which is kind of a rarity.
I would just say for Victor, for his knowledge, before he goes to Eden and hands Poker off, Poker would have looked at Ace very briefly, and then looked at Victor and just like touched his forehead. And like and look back and just kind of and then Victor would Poker's wondering where the crown was,
Right.
and Ace as he looks down at her, you can see the circlet, Victor's
still
circlet
on her.
still on her.
Yeah. He
So
wouldn't
he
have even
has
thought
that.
of
He's like, I should have swiped that shit.
Yeah.
You stupid idiot.
Before
Leave
passing it off. But anyway, so Victor's circlet is also gone.
Yeah. You can see like the outline on his I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He has a farmer's
tan
tan
line.
from. Oh my gosh.
But he's so
like,
pale, so it's
it's
just like
not the
one
same."
shade lighter.
Yeah,
No, my
true.
perfect
He's pretty
complexion.
pale. He's pretty
God, situate his bangs.
But he does, after some silence, after Eden repositions, he does say, when I was frozen, it didn't feel like much time had passed. It was kind of the blink of an eye in a lot of ways. Like waking up from a deep sleep. So, she's not suffering. And for her, it'll be like no time had passed at all.
Oh, we just put her in her coffin.
No. This is where we gotta have faith. Because I was saved. We can't give up on her. We're gonna save her too. No matter what. He won't like overstay his welcome though. I mean, he will remain and just kind of sit there too, but he won't continue talking after he makes his points. Unless Eden wishes to speak more, then he will just sit there in silence as well.
I don't think she has much more to say. I just say that Victor notices that how small she is now.
Yeah.
You know, loss of the muscle mass, loss of the
Yeah.
shinsu. She looks really small. And she's doing everything in her power to not cry, but she's not being very successful.
Yeah. He'll just sit there with her in silence. What about Brack and what about Jong? Anything between with you guys?
I would say, yeah, I'd say first you'd probably go over to Shion and see, you know, because, you know, on top of the whole, you know, helmeted guy, like, incident thing, now there's this, and just, you know, kind of go over and, you know, help her decompress, but also maybe himself a little bit, / figure out, you know, what the, you know, what to do.
Jong, perfect timing. Want to do some training before we head to bed?
Training?
Yeah, gotta make sure we're in tip-top shape, right? Ready to take on the new day tomorrow?
And he gives her this look, and I would say, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, but I would say, like, typically between the two of them, like, when it comes to, like, things happening,
Yeah.
especially like bad stuff like this,
Yeah.
Jong's typical response is very much to, like, go into problem solving mode, right? Is to whatever
okay.
is happening is to, like, turn it into an issue, because if it's a problem, that's something he can fix. It's something he can work towards solving. He doesn't like to, like, particularly linger on, like, how he's feeling about something, or, like,
Right.
what happened made him think or do or feel. But a lot of times when he's talking with Shion specifically, she can kind of get him into that headspace and get him to think or speak on that kind of stuff. And I would say that right now he is noticing that she is responding a little bit more the way he would.
Yeah. Great point.
That
sounds spot on, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I would say when she asked him that, like, he, you know, like, he gives her this look, like, he clocks that, but then he just looks at her. Yeah, okay. Come on.
She follows Jong.
Is wooden weapons all right?
Yep.
Okay, we're used to?
Yeah.
He throws her a wooden needle.
She catches it. For sure, yeah. Count of 3.
1,
2,
3.
She's just gonna go in with, like, a heavy and swing with her needle.
And he's just gonna dodge. Not even gonna counter.
She's gonna, like, you said counter?
No, he's dodging. Like,
Just
he
dodging,
doesn't
yeah.
even counter.
I see. She's gonna immediately, like, retaliate with another, like, reckless attack.
Does the same thing.
She's gonna do a sideways swing.
Moves out the way.
She's gonna, like, charge in with a stab.
And this time he drops his weapon and he just grabs a hold of the wooden needle in her hand. And then pulls the needle, like, he pulls it, she's holding on to it, so that he pulls her into him, and then he just hugs her. I know.
It hurts. It hurts to think about.
It's been a long road to get here. Be this close.
We...
The mark. Yeah.
Ace had texted the mechanics. She had texted us. And yet we took too long. It took us so long to find the location to get there. if we had gotten there sooner, maybe that wouldn't have happened, and maybe I could have talked to him. It stopped all of this from ending up how it did. It was completely avoidable if we had only done the right thing, been faster and
Shion, there is nothing that you could have done to change the outcome of what happened here today. Whether we like it or not, Ace is a grown woman, fully in control of her own choices. She knew what she was doing. She knew what needed to be done. And you and I and everybody here to trust her. What she did and everything that happened was done to the best of its ability. Sometimes even if you make every single correct turn, still lose. But we're not gone. We're not defeated. We're not out. That's all it is, just a loss. It's only permanent if we decide not to get back up.
Ace isn't gone. She's fine. I wish it didn't have to end up this way, but you're right. I have faith in her tech. And
I'm sure she has faith that if there is a cure,
yeah,
we'll find it.
Yeah, we will.
So let's come through for her. She did her job, let's do ours.
That captain, he said it wouldn't be the last time. We're gonna have to encounter them. Fight them. Again.
Yeah, we will. Is that something you want to do?
I don't know. I don't know. If that man in the armor really is my baby brother, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about anything anymore. You can tell that she's basically like, her words earlier at the hospital were very much revolving around how, you know, she really thought he'd still be in that same hospital bed after 99 floors, after, you know, how decades and decades, however many years. But now it's like that feeling, but even more, because she's like, it's even more of a, this has all been useless, because now that we do know where he is, at least like most likely, it's like the worst possible scenario.
Right. Jong is going to stand up. Well, lucky for you, I do know what to do. So, we finally got to this floor of yours after so long. And no, Shiro's not patiently waiting in his hospital bed. He is, most likely, running around with Jihad's army. But he's not doing that here alone. As I recall, his older sister is here. And he kicks the wooden needle over towards her. And I believe I just told you that you don't lose when you get knocked down. You lose when you decide not to get back up. So, are we going to let Shiro do what he wants on this floor?
grabs it with a very pained expression. She doesn't have that usual smirk after one of your encouraging words of affirmation.
Yeah.
It's a very dead look, but she still grabs the needle and still stands up.
It's gonna be difficult, you know. Most likely, they got him to enlist. It wasn't willingly, at least not at first. But in some twisted way, it does make sense. Take the last survivor of this floor, recruit him to your ranks, so that you have no real witnesses. You get enough blood on his hands, and he can't turn coat and go against you. Now he's just an accomplice. Right now, he's probably thinking. And you can see, like, Jong pauses for a moment before he speaks. And I would say that Shion specifically can probably tell what he's saying is not just what he thinks Shiro is thinking, but maybe it's coming from a little bit more of a personal place.
Yeah.
He's probably thinking, I've got nothing left to live for. So why not? Probably thinking things can't get any worse. Who cares about living if this is all life's gonna be? But that's wrong. I know it is. And he takes a few steps closer to her. Because you taught me that. Now, I just gotta go teach him.
Okay.
And he pulls her in and gives her a kiss.
Okay. Brack, how about you? What are you up to this fine evening?
Brack is just keeping Hugo calm. Because he saw how he wanted to take out Gabriel, and Brack is on board with him, but Brack realized he has to be the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Look, bro, say the word. I got your back, bro. Take Rudolph on right now.
You don't even got to say, you ain't got to say but a word. I'm taking the legs. It's going to be fine venison. Promise.
You know it's bad when Brack's the voice of reason.
For real, bro.
He's set the crystal like on the ground next to him, and he's just kind of like sitting next to it.
Big H, you remember when we first met, Ace? Suspended in air. Didn't look like she had a care. And now you're married to her and she's a pain in your derriere.
Hold on, let him cook, guys. Let him cook. Let him cook.
How the time has changed.
A bit ironic, I'll admit. That she ended up just like this again, but this time willingly. This time because it's what she wanted, needed to do. Brack, I'm the one that made the call. For better or worse, I'm the one. I'm the reason she's like this.
No, you're not.
I pressed the button.
Yeah, but you didn't poison her. Come on now, you gotta think causality. You can't think, oh, I pressed the button, therefore she's in the dark. No, it don't work like that, Big H. You know it don't work like that. How long have you been with me? Huh? Huh? You know how many people I done punted? How many people I done smushed in the face? How many people I've insulted? It's not my fault that I did all of that. It's their fault for making me do it. So I say all of this, Big H. If you want to be mad at anyone, be mad at Jihad. If it wasn't for those goofy goobers that was inside that bar, your ace wouldn't be in this position. Now, if you want to go take down a floating airship or two, to help satisfy your blood rage, Brack is all for it.
Not today. But he does smirk. I do blame them.
Say that.
They're at fault. And they're
Exactly.
not gonna simply give up. When next time we meet them, I'll be prepared. I'll defend her.
That's right, Big H. That's what I like to see. Let the fire flow through you. Let it burst out like it did on Gretchen's face. That's what we need.
Gretchen. He's like, who?
Oh, he don't even remember his victims.
It's been decades, but Brack never forgot.
As a core
Let's
memory
just say
of Brack. He's like, huh, okay. There's one thing.
But good.
Ace, she told me. She said Shiro's name. He looks over at Shion. He was one
Talk
of
about
them.
the Tiger Emperor's brother?
Yeah.
We can't tell the Tiger Empress just yet.
I'm
You know that, right?
pretty sure she already knows. He looks over at her.
Brack looks at her. Can Brack roll perception to see if he can get like the gist of what Shion knows?
I think insight
Like
would
if
be even better. Yeah.
Insight, yeah. You're right. See, that's why you're the DM.
I'm just doing my job.
I'm terrible at insight, but yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Let's go.
We'll take that first roll. That's gonna be an 8. I mean,
Ouch.
it's. I mean, honestly, like it's. It seems as though like she knows, but doesn't know for sure. You know.
You see that over there, Big H? That is the look of confusion. I've played fair many of Towermon to know that that one is confused.
So I should tell her.
We shouldn't just yet. We have one mission at a time.
I should.
One mission at a time. Our focus right now is on that pink crystal right there. Sir Happy Feet isn't going anywhere. He's going to be in the same position he was in when we met him.
Who?
Sir Happy Feet.
It's not.
He who kicks.
It's not ringing a bell. Oh. What? Taki?
No. How did you get the rapid?
He kicks and he's happy a lot.
No, I'm talking about,
Am I wrong?
you know, Ro. We shouldn't say his name around her.
Can you just say the name? You must
Like,
not
get
be
it right? Wink, wink.
Yeah.
He was like, let's pretend I don't.
We shouldn't mention her brother around her, Big H.
Oh, okay. I don't know that I. I'll trust your judgment on this one, at least for the time being. And he'll just put his hand on the crystal.
It's going to be okay. What we can do is, once, Ace's condition is healed, I'll be the one to break the news to Shion, and I'll take all the licks. If she needs someone to beat up, I'll be the punching bag, okay? I'll be the one to say that it was my idea to hold out on the information until we got this one better. Okay? Fair?
You don't have to cover for me, Brack. I can handle it myself. When I feel she deserves to know. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tonight. We'll see. But I appreciate it.
You want to add more problems on top of problems? That's on you, Big H. I was trying to give you an out.
I don't think it'll be a problem.
Did you not see the way that she ferociously kept kicking at that guy?
No,
Raxol.
actually, I don't think I did.
Oh, see. That's why you need to listen to me. I saw. You didn't.
All right, Brack. All right. He's like clearly like whatever you say. At this point, I don't care anymore.
Brack walks away to go get something to eat, and as he's walking away, he goes, "God damn it, Pink Demon! You had two blindies now. Like this one can't see what's right in front of him, and the other one just couldn't see." I wonder how Little Young is doing anyway. But
some random shade at Silly Young's sight. My
Oh,
God.
poor baby.
You put in the chat, let the widow breathe. Damn, jeez. Calling him a widow? Shoot.
he's not a widow.
Supposed to call me out like that, bro,
Sorry.
in the chat for a reason.
Caught me off guard.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
Yeah?
He's not a widow yet. He's not a widow.
Isaiah's
You
like,
better not be a
yeah,
widow.
dude.
I don't know, bro. He got the black and red hair. I'm just
Oh,
saying,
wow.
bro.
Scarlet
If it
Oh,
works,
wow.
it works, bro.
It's just funny because Brack's like, Pink Demon. I'm like, he just lost his wife. It's fine. It's fine.
Brack didn't call her a Pink Demon in front of him. Brack was respectful. He's just not
That's true.
respectful when
Aw.
Ace is in front.
True.
There's a difference.
That's
You should have hit
fair.
him with the.
Goes up to her crystal, is like, demon.
Nah, he wouldn't do that. She's vulnerable right now. There's no sport in it.
Aw. I love that that's the line.
Yeah, for sure.
She needs to fight back.
Yeah. Percy will make dinner for everybody. What does everybody, just give everybody some dinner. You had some snacks earlier.
No, bro. Victor.
No?
Victor. We're not trusting Percy's cooking, bro. Get Victor in the kitchen, bro. Come on now. What is
You want Victor's cooking? Oh my God!
Absolutely.
How the tables have
Well-
turned.
Well, okay. Okay, it's time for me to be honest with you. I don't. I just definitely don't want Percy's cooking, so it's the lesser of two evils.
That sounds like a tsundere explanation to me. I don't want Victor's cooking. I just, I'd rather have it than Percy's.
hey, look, whatever you gotta tell yourself, brother. It works.
Well, he's gonna start making some oatmeal, and we'll see where it goes. But
Oatmeal.
yeah, we're not exactly in a 5-star kitchen right now. Okay, we're camping.
Oh my God. Please,
Oatmeal is good. Don't diss oatmeal like that. Anyway, after a few minutes, Gabriel will he'll kind of stand in the center and like call everybody over. And this is when Fluxfalk would also melt out of the shadows and stand with the rest of the group. If someone is not joining for this little Gabriel moment, then let me know. Otherwise, I will assume that you, in some way, shape, or form, make your way there in some way. Fluxfalk will look at the crystal, and she'll shake her head. I feel like, okay, even though she's kind of grumpy lately, like old Fluxfalk would have made a comment like, see what happens when you don't, but she doesn't say it. She just like thinks it and shakes her head like she could have prevented it, but she won't say it out loud. She will keep her in
Well,
her
bro, I guess that's character growth to some degree.
Hey, let's go! Come on, good job, Flux. You did
You're
it.
down a lighthouse student, Flux. That's like $60.
I
per
know. Where's her her tutoring fee every month?
hour. Uh-huh.
But she'll stay there, and Gabriel will. There's a little camp. We can see there's a little campfire that's being made. And Gabriel will say, "I propose that we remain here. We consider this our headquarters for the next few days, or however long we may stay. 1, 2, 3." He looks over at Alphid, assuming only a couple of more ventures into the dream realm is necessary, and he turns back to the group. "I believe it'd be best," he looks at the NPCs, "if you all stayed here as well. Based on Ace's actions, I believe the reason they were targeting her was to learn if she was the individual who attacked the Jihad soldier. And my hunch is that they now know that this location may be in some way, shape, or form the location to search, involved in the incident. And no amount of lighthouses will be able to prevent us if they set foot into this cave. What I propose is that we treat this like our fortress. There's only one clear entrance on the ground level, and then one above us. We do our best to fortify it. We venture into the dream realm when possible, leaving as many forces as we need, conscious, and ready to defend this clearing. There is one issue I would be more than happy to defend, and I shall. However, I mustn't make my presence too widely known, as I am a ranker. And if the administrator got involved, there's no telling what may happen. That is my proposal. What do you all say?"
So your proposal is to hunker down here and let us do all the work.
You are grossly misinterpreting my words, Jong. That is not what I said.
By all means, then, enlighten me on what you plan to do, other than not get involved, that is.
I just did. Gabriel's normally pretty nice. He's getting a little fed up. He's getting yeah, he's getting a little like, "Don't you freaking sass me."
He has this demeanor, bro. He's got that like professor demeanor, but he's like, "No, I know, bro. I know."
Yeah.
Bro.
It's getting a little.
Come out here and scrap, bro. Come out here and scrap.
Perhaps I didn't make it clear. I will be assisting. I will just not be assisting to the fullest degree of my power unless absolutely necessary. I will be holding back and fighting as if I were an A-rank regular, concealing my ranker abilities. I will still be assisting, and we still have Dal'era and Leonida, Percy, and Fluxvolk, all of which are regulars. This is why Father still has regulars and Aesir in such high positions such as this. Positions just like this. I was gonna go on some like pro-father tirade, but I'm gonna can that. He truly is so wise. But he just, he affirms that like there are 5 members of Aesir here. He looks around at the rest. 8 members of Team Recall, if I'm counting correctly. But then Hraesvelgr will like hop up and down, plus the Shinwei, and then Hraesvelgr just like crosses his arms like, "How dare you?"
Put some respect on the frog, bro. Put some respect on the frog's name.
I believe this is our safest way to counter Jihad's forces until reinforcements from Aesir arrive. It's safe to say we hadn't expected such an immediate response from Jihad's army.
So that's all well and good, but
Thank you.
the
I'm
short
glad.
one over there did mention that we'd be making contact with some bishops at some point, but I don't happen to see any of these foretold bishops on the floor.
I think she's supposed to be here any minute now, actually.
Oh, really? How convenient.
I said that earlier.
Okay, then where are they?
Aw, anxious to meet your master so soon.
I'm not talking to you, Worm. Sit down.
What'd you call me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you forget?
Yeah. She walks up to him. Say it again. Fluxvolk. We are
go back to your
allies.
master.
Two
I'm gonna
strikes.
put a hand on Jong. Jong. If they're gonna help Ace, let's not get the administrator and Aesir and Jihad mad at us at the same time.
You're right. I think I made my point.
I think you
She'll
did.
just give a nod to Fluxvolk and then kind of step back into the shadows where she was standing.
Yeah. She will, like, let out a long sigh and then take a step back. I think she was even surprised by how much that triggered her response there with Jong. There are around 13 of us. There were, what, 6, 7, 8 members of that strike force? If we play our cards right, we should be able to make it through this relatively unscathed from now on. Because obviously, he looks at the crystal. This does mean we still have to make ventures into the dream realm. Otherwise, all this would have been for naught. But we can worry about that tomorrow. And need I remind you that completing the dream visits, as you all experienced, will in some way be naturally honing your fate abilities. One bishop will be visiting tonight, another night. For Wu, he looks at wherever the gourd is.
John would be.
Okay. And for the rest of you, he looks at Eden. They will, however, not be able to directly intervene with our current crisis. Their level of power would be immediately known. It would spell disaster for more than just this floor. Even them appearing here at all is a massive risk. We are tiptoeing to the best of our ability, but we shall maintain balance if we work together. That is what I wished to say. Any questions or concerns, comments?
If you were already found here, shouldn't we move locations? They could come back.
I'll consider that. Moving locations could be good. My fear is that we get caught during the move. I'll have Leonidas scout, see if we can't find another suitable location.
All right.
Excellent. Then I bid you all a good night. If you have the lighthouses, you may stay in those. If you desire anything else of us, you need only ask. And I truly am sorry. The oatmeal is done, if anyone wants it. I made sure to add extra brown sugar. Except for yours, Brack. Yours is plain as a piece of paper.
You're gonna offer plain oatmeal to Brack Bronson? Oh my.
He doesn't like
So you
sweet
added-
things.
You added no nuts, no fruit, nothing, just oatmeal.
Well, if you want me to, I can. I just didn't want to.
It's okay, Perk. I understand you're trying. Bless your heart.
So
Where's the bar?
He holds up his journal. How do you prefer your oatmeal? Just so I know for the future.
Oh hell, the future. Oh hell no, bro.
I like roasted, lightly salted almonds with some blueberries and bananas.
Just going in the notes. This is gonna be relevant at some point, I'm sure. Got it. We don't have all that, but I have some bananas, so let's hands you some bananas.
You see, monkey do. All right, I'll take the bananas.
Okay. Dal'era continues to hum near the crystal and near Alphid. Well, we should probably get some sleep.
You know, look over at Hugo just to see how he's doing, but she doesn't go close.
Yeah, you notice that he has a very tired look on his face. But some guilt, but being overshadowed by resolution that he is embodying. He's being resolved, because if he isn't, then how can he expect everyone else to be?
So are we going to sleep or what? Are we going?
Oh,
to
sorry.
sleep?
You were
What
still
are we
unmuted.
doing?
I thought maybe you were going to say something. Sorry.
No, I was just like, what are we doing?
So, I think nappy time is pretty fitting at this point. So, I will say, then, that as everyone starts heading to bed, Jong, cut over to you.
Yes.
So, what is Jong? Jong doesn't really sleep, does he? He like meditates,
Yeah, I was
right?
gonna say, so he
Yeah.
probably wouldn't be like sleeping.
Okay.
He's probably just like sitting up, and I mean
Yeah.
they're not leaving the cave, so he's probably just maybe taking a walk around the cave and just kind of watching.
Oh, okay. Well, perfect. Yeah. So, you see Leonida is still at the. Actually, she wouldn't be there, but her lighthouses would be. She's out scouting. But her lighthouses are there, so you kind of have a little more free. There's no one watching over your shoulder. Unless Flux is in the shadows, but that's to be expected. And there'd be a moment. Actually, roll religion.
Oh my God, he's doing me like this, bro. Crazy.
You did it to yourself.
Absolutely. I take no
You're to
responsibility
blame.
for my
Ace's
actions,
skull.
unless they're positive.
Yeah, Ace's
If they're not, I
ghost
take no
appears in front of
responsibility
you.
for mine.
Ace's ghost.
Oh,
in
Ace's
there.
ghost. All right, come on, let's chat. What you got?
So
what you got
you're gonna
say?
add a new spirit to your repertoire. Ace
Oh,
is
no,
gonna
no,
be
sorry,
permanently
sorry.
a
Look,
part
look,
of
look,
Jog.
Look,
Dio.
it's nothing personal, but I kind of already got the kit fitted out. Like I just we can still
No,
chat.
now
Sponge
you're gonna have-
Lucius.
Now you're gonna have half blue hair, half pink hair. I freaking made you. a
That's
little fire
kinda
blue
sick.
bow tie.
Hold on.
Sucker.
That's kinda sick.
Plan, bro. You're throwing a plan.
Bubble gum. Let's go.
Golly, at 23.
Ooh, I am fitted and religioned out, bro.
I am so religious right now.
Amen.
Amen. So while you're walking through the tunnel, through the cave, you feel you hear a sort of somewhat similar voice to the voice that you had heard in the dream world. it's a woman's voice that's kind of speaking to you, but this time with your high religion roll, a little bit less distantly, a little bit less through echoes or through whatever means. It's more like this person is like nearby in the room with you, perhaps, and the words are a little more tangible this time. You hear this voice, if I can find it here. You hear this voice say, "You felt it too, right? How close she was to death."
Yeah, I did.
Would you claim her soul if she died? Someone so close to you, I imagine it'd be a bit of a dilemma, would it not? Despite the call that you might feel, there's certainly an element of power you would be set to gain. Your friend never truly moving on. It's a win-win, would it not be? The voice is like kind of a little bit raspy.
Can I like, so he's like responding to this person and trying to kind of keep this conversation going, but I want to do an Arcana roll to see if you can pinpoint exactly where this person is coming from.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Because you said it was like this time she's like close.
Yes,
right?
yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you're spot on.
Oh my god, dude! Every time I do a roll, I like close out the sheet. I'm like, well, that was good. Never gonna use that again. And I'm like, oh, let's do another roll.
I get you. 12. I'm gonna say she's a bit hard to track. That something about her presence is a bit different. However, you know what? Nah, you know what, Jong? I'm actually gonna change that, because I was going to say, well, if you rolled religion, but you rolled already, and you already got a very high roll with religion, so I'm willing to go with advantage on that roll and give you the 22. I think that's fair.
You've never done a wrong thing.
I think that's a fair assessment because of your high religion roll. I can give
agree.
you the advantage. Yeah, do you? Are you sure?
Actually, you know what? I do perfectly agree with all the things that you did. I do. Yeah.
Okay, well then.
You're cooking.
If you insist. So did you stop walking through the cave? Are you still walking when you hear the voice?
Yeah, so like what now that he like knows kind of more of a solid location, he's
Yeah.
gonna like he's gonna like continue kind of pacing around and almost like feign ignorance.
Oh,
right? Like,
okay.
Because he's like going to try and like startle them basically, like, oh, I
Right.
know where you are, type of thing. So
Yeah.
he's kind of walking around a little bit and just kind of making it look like as if he's mindlessly just
Okay.
wandering, almost like looking for the voice, right?
Right.
Well, you know what they say about those who want power. There are those who want it. Okay, so now this time, so he's going to, all right, so what he's going to do, he's not actually attacking the person, but he's going to use, this is a new version of the lightning spike technique, where he's standing. So like, okay, how far away would you say this person is from?
Honestly, with that, it's by the time you like walk there to this, it's like 5 feet. They're right next to you.
Okay, so like he's walking, and as he's talking, he spins around, and the electricity like all sort of like merges on his hand, and it turns into this like really long like spear, and he swings it and like stabs it right in the spot next to where
Yeah, for sure.
And he turns around looking like right in the space where this person would be. There are those who want it, and those who need it.
Not bad. I was right to take you under my wing. You can look on my screen here. We have a little thing. This is the woman that appears before you.
Don't worry, Ace. I'm filing a copyright lawsuit for her fit.
She got
right
some
now.
Ace vibes. She took her
That's
strings
true.
and everything. Dang.
That's true. She does have some Ace vibes.
She's got the pink.
And the
man.
pink.
Just keep me in the crystal. Icy's already got my copy.
Wow.
Bro, she kind of got like some like a Spada vibes too. You know, from I don't know if that was intentional.
Hugo, stay
Nope.
away. You're a widow, but I didn't mean it.
He's like, what you're talking about? But yeah.
Oh my god.
Dang. All right. I see the vision.
She's like, so what do you think? I'm just kidding. Glad we
Jong
could
just sort of,
finally meet.
Like he holds it for a moment and then deactivates the lightning spear.
You're fast. Good. You're gonna need that.
So, you're my bishop. Is that right?
I prefer to think about it like you're my pillar, but if you wish to word it that way, I won't complain.
Of course.
Ultimately, I'm just here to help you. You're really close, you know, all of you. Maybe except for Dante's. She's in a bit of a predicament. But if I know Dante, he's not gonna give up on her. But as far as you go, you've been feeling a certain way, right? She like walks a little closer. Her shoulder, you know, standing up straight, standing up tall. A certain edge, perhaps.
And when she says that, like he does the same exact tell that he's done every time these incidents have happened, where his head kind of involuntarily twitches a little bit. What do you mean?
If Fluxvalk is the conduit, the Thrissa that sort of allows for these abilities to be realized, then we're the ones that allow it to be fully realized. That's why we're entering the picture now. Because of that, there's a bit of a connection that we share. I can tell that you are struggling with something. You feel a call, right? I felt it too. She like looks at you with this like sly smile.
And Jong raises his left hand, and he goes to use the Life's Breath ability. But when he starts to conjure the Shinsu up, instead of the bright, like, effervescent green that it normally is,
Yeah.
as soon as he conjures it up, it starts to, like, turn into this, like, very dark green. Like, very, like, almost borderline black.
Ah.
Now, this is the reason that why when Hugo asked him earlier,
Yeah.
if he could do something with Ace, this is why he declined. He didn't say why, but this is why. Because lately, he actually has not had access to his healing ability. Every time he does, this happens.
Got
The
it.
Shinsu starts to corrode, almost even against his own wishes.
Mm.
And he looks down at his hand and looks over at her. What What do you know?
She smiles. Let's just say I know a little bit about death. Okay. I want to bargain with the players here. That's kind of a good place to stop, honestly, but unless there's something you really wanted to do, I think that's a pretty good place to stop. We are weekly again. We're going to pick up next week with this. That's a pretty good place to stop. Milios.
Sound good to me to end right here. I'm just saying, you know, sound good.
Sound good? I think we
Sound
should.
good.
That's all I had planned for the day. This will give us time to think about the events that have just unfolded. But never fear, everybody, because we are back to our weekly schedule. We've been doing bi-weekly. We've been so busy, but we're back. We're so back to weekly. Now, I want to say thank you to the cast for being here. Thank you to everybody for watching, but I want to give a special thank you to Ace, to Ruka, who will be absent for the next few episodes with life stuff happening, so we will be missing you, Ruka. Please join us again soon.
I will be back soon. My plan is just for the duration of this, the remainder of this arc.
Yeah.
I will be absent, so forever long this arc goes, and then I will be back. We'll see how Ace comes back.
We'll see.
You know?
Yeah. To be
It's
determined.
exciting. So, and I will still be around chat. I don't have the ability to record, but I'll still be around here and there for chats and episode talks or
Cool.
whatever. So
Sounds good.
all good.
Yeah, and on that note, as I mentioned before, Sun is still around. Don't worry. He's had a busy summer as well. We'll be live next week. Actually, I think next week we'll have the smallest crew maybe that we've ever had. We're only gonna have 3. But after that, Sun will be joining us again, at least for the most part. So look forward to the great Lopobia Woo's return from the gourd. He's been spending some time in there, but sometime during this, he had.
Back.
He's
I'm not gonna be here.
I know.
Who's gonna come back and be
know.
like, so what the dog doing?
Look, I'm gonna take this moment to gas him up a little bit too, bro. Like, there's a plot reason why he has had to be away, as well as obviously like IRL. Shit.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah.
when he comes back, bro. Like, there's some food to enjoy.
Let's go.
Feast.
It's gonna be great. We have the rest of this arc to look forward to, and then a couple more story arcs. The climb is nearing its end. We will see how it goes. Thank you all for watching us. We will see you all next week.
The regular climb, not the entire climb.
Thank you for. I was gonna specify that the climb, the actual climb. We still have plenty more to go. We still have plenty more to go. Bye, everybody. Have a great night. See you later.
Au revoir, arrivederci, farewell, sayonara.
Bye bye,
Adios. Nos vemos.